actually coming through on,
Yeah, if it's coming through and like if we can both be heard. Well,
Yeah.
it says we're live now.
All right, let's see. All right, yeah. Showing live there. I'm hearing voices coming through on.
Okay. Yeah, if it's
You
coming
know.
through and like
Okay, look good. Okay, I can stop that. All right, yeah, I think we're both coming through, dude.
Yep, I just muted
We
mine, so
good.
I'm good to go. All right, we live.
Yeah.
What's going on? So fucking craziness. I don't know if you've been following any of this, but Supreme Court has been going ham on every single gun law.
Yeah. That was nice.
It's
Good
been very entertaining to watch people freaking out. Good guys with guns. What a horrible idea.
Right.
You know, like, oh no,
should
people
outlaw
who are
guns.
perfectly law-abiding citizens. Oh, they're so dangerous. They can't have guns. And
Yeah,
the Supreme Court
that's
going,
the best part of that.
Yeah, the Supreme Court every single time going, no. Yes, they can. Like that's directly in the Constitution, and you need to demonstrate some sort of long-standing thing. Which good luck, because there is none.
All right.
I'm really enjoying that, because it's watching the meltdown is fucking hilarious. So it's really fucking funny to hear the left go, oh yeah, think of the children. Oh, you always use think of the children to excuse your hatred and your bigotry. When conservatives are going, I don't think you need to be grooming children. Like, you're not allowed to groom children and fuck them. How about that? Like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, just think of the children. That's your excuse to be bigoted against transgender people who want to have sex with your children. No, that's not bigotry at all. Number one, I don't think those people are actual transgender people. I do think there are transgender people. Gender dysphoria is a real disorder. But the vast majority of the people that we're talking about here are not, in fact, transgender at all. They're using that as an excuse to try to molest children. To try to get into and around with children in places, in ways that they should never be allowed, and to try to encourage children to mutilate themselves, which is pretty grotesque.
Yeah.
But then,
it's weird, dude. The shit
say, hey, you know what? Like, with all these shootings that have been going on, look at this. Hey, this guy at the mall, if he hadn't exercised his constitutional carry right in defiance of the mall's unconstitutional rules, that dude from the bathroom would have killed a lot more than 2 people. The guy that walked out of the bathroom in Indiana and started shooting with his fucking AR or whatever, AK or AR. He was using one of the more common rifles that everybody is retarded over.
Yeah.
And then there was another guy who managed to save some poor gal in a fucking gas station from being murdered by killing a guy who was trying to fucking stab her and him.
Mm-hmm.
Like at a gas station. He came in and stopped a robbery, and then had to shoot the guy because the guy was retarded and decided he was going to take a knife against a gun that was already drawn and aimed at him. Not really sure how he thought that was going to work out.
I assume he wanted to die. He wanted to either have money, rape a chick, and or wanted to die.
It has to be, because
that's really the only explanation I can think of.
The 21-foot rule really only applies when the gun isn't drawn safety off and pointed at you with a bullet in the chamber.
Yeah, it's like a 1/10 of a second rule at that point.
One could argue that that's the 1 second rule, and it is like the gun is already aimed at you. All he has to do is pull the trigger, because there you go. Now you're dead. Take that room temperature challenge. Do not pass it. Back like $200. But now that the left has got this whole think of the children bullshit running, 24/7 with the guns.
Yeah, did you see that? The one.
Think of the children. No, we are thinking of the children. And you know what? We want more guns in gun-free zones, because people that should have guns and aren't criminals will scare the people that are want to do these shootings off if they know that they're going to get shot right away.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Is like people that are going to do this shit are either going to find some illegal way to get a gun, or they're going to do it with a knife or explosives, or some other way, dude. Like
Well,
they're fucking
and
lunatics.
it's comical to assume that somebody who is already a criminal in one other sense is going to be like, oh, I'm a criminal, but not when it comes to gun laws.
Yeah, I'm going to not get an illegal gun. Yeah,
That's too far. I don't want to
ridiculous.
go too far. I'm not that kind of criminal.
Yeah, I'm a very conscientious criminal. I'm a criminal who believes strongly in the Second Amendment.
Yeah. I think the best
The
you can
dissolution.
expect is that the one guy that did the breaking and entering and stole the guy's computer and was like, "Yo, there's a lot of child porn. You know what? I can do some time."
Right?
Like that's
Like,
the
I'm
best you
fucking-
can expect. Where he was like, "Whoa! I got kids, and this guy might fuck those kids. I'll take the dive, and he goes to prison too." You know, like
Right.
that's the best.
Yeah,
you
I
can
stole this
expect.
guy's computer, but look. He
Well,
should've,
and
like,
that guy,
turned it
that
in.
guy, the one that turned it in, even said like, "I don't expect you guys to let me go. I expect to do prison time. I committed a felony, but in this particular circumstance, this was just more egregious than I could ignore."
Yeah, that is one of the few things that all criminals, like all people in jail or prison, sorry, I should say, seem to be in strong agreement on.
Except
Is
for
you
the
don't
fucking
fuck kids.
Democrats. The Democrats don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
Oh, and
But yeah,
supposedly
anybody in
Biden
prison,
has
they
cancer,
are
speaking
they
of
are
child
generally,
molesters.
they are generally not in the general population. They are generally isolated from fucking.
Yeah, no.
the rest
So
of
the
jail.
way they treat child molesters in prison, from what I understand from the few people I've heard talk about it who've been in prison, what the deal is they are basically kept separate, and if they don't follow every single fucking rule to the absolute letter, they're threatened with being put in Gen Pop, and boy,
Yeah.
do they straighten up quick.
Yeah, no, that was a friend of mine actually did. He worked in that fucking wing or whatever, the Chomo wing or whatever. And yeah, they would just have to threaten with that. Hey, you want to get put in Gen Pop? Bam, and they're fucking straight back to the fucking ready to follow orders immediately, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. If I was in that position, 100%, even if I was innocent, just having that on your record is not what you want to fucking be in Gen Pop like that, is for sure and for certain.
Yeah,
Back to your
and
person.
incredibly manipulative too. Obviously, not surprising from fucking Chomos, but yeah, because I guess like my friend was telling me, he was like, "Oh yeah, how are your kids and all that?" And he's like, "You know what, motherfucker? Don't ever mention my wife and kids ever fucking again." Because yeah, they'll find out shit about you like from the other guards or fucking whatever, and try to work you over for whatever.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. It's the
it's
same
just
thing
like,
where I
fuck
work.
you, dude.
Same thing where I work,
Oh,
except the
right.
people I work with aren't disgusting, depraved pieces of shit like Jomos.
Right.
But yeah, like the mental health clients will always try to work you over and try to figure out ways to con you on every single possible occasion they can.
Yeah.
We
Up and
have
pro.
to take all
Imagine
their
not a lot of
cigarettes at
games.
night because they'll all steal each other's cigarettes.
Oh wow, Jesus Christ, dude.
Like there's some of them will steal it in certain circumstances, some will steal it in other circumstances, but all of them will steal from each other if given even half a chance.
Wow.
They
Fucking
have
nuts.
zero moral values, in my opinion. And it's basically because they've just been institutionalized their whole life. They don't attach value to anything because they're never
Yeah, and never had to work for anything.
had to work for anything, and there's never any consequences for whatever they do. Like,
Yeah.
well, you stole that. Oh well, like it's just like okay, well that's why they're stealing because nothing happened.
Yeah.
If you just keep letting them steal, they're not going to stop stealing. They're going to steal again and again and again, and it's never going to fucking end.
Yeah. Yeah, there has to be. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I went back and forth with this with the ex when I was, with her older son. I'm like, you can't just fucking do nothing except say, hey, don't do that, and have zero consequences for the shit he's doing.
Yeah.
Because dude, it sucked. It was
Oh, yeah.
fucking. I put way more effort into trying to, raise kids into adults than she did, and they were not my flesh and blood. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It was so fucking infuriating because he'd talk back to her and shit, and like he wouldn't do it when I was around. I put a stop to it. But
Oh yeah.
all they learned was, okay, well, I guess I have to behave when he's around. The rest of the time, I can just do whatever.
Well, it's like
So
the
yeah,
fucking,
it's fucking
it's like the
pointless.
lady I worked with who was raising her kids. I think she had like 2 kids, like both of them like under 3. Or no, she had 1 kid and he was like 3. And she was talking about how she'd spend 2 hours debating bedtime to get him to go to bed.
Wow.
And I'm like, why are you even bargaining? You just put him in bed.
Yeah,
He's
what the
3.
fuck, dude?
You know, like. And then she got
Go
pissed.
to bed. Yeah.
She got pissed at me, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're a fucking weakling.
You're arguing with a 3-year-old over bedtime for 2 hours. Guess who fucking wins every one of those arguments? Because it takes 2 hours long.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets to stay up the extra 2 hours, even if it's arguing fucking with an adult that is a fucking retard.
Yeah. Oh, God, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? I had an interesting conversation last night with somebody. Oh, and I just connected my fucking headphones, so I have no idea what's being said. Let's try that.
Yeah. I'll wait.
Sorry, my headphones fucking unplugged themselves. I was just like, oh, there's no point there.
Yeah.
You know that magic song, Rude? You know, why you gotta be so rude? The guy that's going and asking for the daughter's hand or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm showing him that cringy piece of shit guy that did the, like, you know, I'll put him in the dirt song, like the response to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some guy's like, well, that's just, he's just doing what he's supposed to be. Bullshit. I'm saying, I'm like, a good father does not need to threaten anyone, because a good father raises their children to make their own fucking decisions and to take care of themselves when they're adults.
Yeah.
So if I had a kid, I'm going to respect my child's decision because I raised that child to be able to make that decision for themselves and deal with whatever the consequences are, whether that be marriage or buying a car or choosing a sandwich for dinner, you know? Like,
yeah.
that's how you raise kids. You raise kids to be able to take care of themselves. That's why you put the consequences in place. It's why you do what you do. And it just blows my mind how many people just infantilize, even adults still.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
yeah.
Here's this girl. She's clearly been dating this guy for a while. Maybe they don't live near the dad. He's an old-fashioned guy. So this guy's like gonna go over and be like, all right, well, I'll try to bridge the gap here. This is, you know, we have some different values, but I'm gonna marry his daughter, so I should at least try and, you know, make nice and bridge that gap. And here's this guy being a total prick and being like, fuck off, you know. It's like, all right, you know,
yeah,
I'm gonna marry her anyway. You know, like, is the appropriate response there, because they're two fucking adults and he doesn't get to make decisions for his adult daughter. It's fucking creepy.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, dude.
Can you imagine if, like, your mom was like, I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to marry that woman? You'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah, who the fuck asks anymore anyway?
Yeah.
Who the fuck asks the dad?
Unless it was specifically like, hey, look, this is just this weird thing, it's tradition, and it would mean a lot to me if you went and talked to my dad and did this whole rigmarole thing. I'd be like, all right, fine, what the fuck ever.
Yeah. But there's not many fucking, I don't know. I imagine, like, in the South, maybe they still do that kind of shit. I don't know that for a fact. That's a complete fucking guess. But yeah, and it's
it's usually like
never
a
occurred to
Christian
me.
kind of thing. You know, it is sort of like that Bible Belt sort of style bullshit.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems fucking. Yeah, I never even considered doing it. Well, I actually knocked my ex up like a month and a half after meeting her, so it was a little different, but still.
But you.
I like her dad. Her
decision,
dad's
you live
fucking
with the
great.
consequences because you're a grown ass man. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
That's you know, that's just one of those things. Like, that happens. Sometimes you get somebody pregnant. Like, that's part of having sex and being an adult.
Yeah. Indeed, and I was definitely being irresponsible.
Yep.
Because again, I never asked if she was on the pill or anything. Still fucking jizzed inside her like a fucking drunken dumbass.
What? You raised your kid and you fucking stuck by everything? You didn't fucking just walk away from it all? So, you know, obviously your parents did a decent job raising a decent human being. Because you know, I mean, obviously you can't stay married to a junkie forever. Like, especially if you're sober, like that just doesn't work. But you know,
Yeah.
you still make sure your kid is taken care of. You know, hell, you still drive them to work.
Right. Indeed.
So it's
Yeah. What really sucks though is because like her and her fucking husband now are getting divorced or whatever. Um, Now my son has to be the fucking father role and like discipline the kids.
oh
You know what I
really?
mean? Like he has. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's fucking irritating, dude. 'Cause, yeah, she'll fucking just let him talk back to her and shit, little fucking brat. And yeah, he has to go out like hear from his bedroom and go out there and fucking tell the kid something. And
Oh,
she
it's
does absolutely
ridiculous.
nothing. Yeah, it's bullshit, dude. It sucks.
God damn,
You know what I
that's
mean? That's not
yeah,
his
that would be
fucking.
infuriating. It's like you're the mom. Why are you making your son do the fucking parenting?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, again, I don't think, I seriously don't think she ever considers the fact that she's raising a child that's going to be an adult someday.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense, but like, she considers them almost roommates, dude. Like, that seems to be the way she
it's the
views
way
her
she views her
children.
children. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, like I'm best friends with my daughter. We best
Yeah,
buddies. Like, no, just not how that works. You're not supposed to be.
yeah, there's got to be, she's got boundary issues,
Yeah.
obviously, throughout her entire existence,
And
not,
don't get me
just with the
wrong, you
kids.
can be friendly with your kids and get along and you know, be on great terms, but you can't be your kid's friend. You have to be your kid's parent. Like, they don't
Yeah,
need a friend,
yeah.
they need a parent.
Yeah, I mean it becomes different once they're adult, but yeah, I mean it's still there's still that
But
little bit of separation.
even then, like
Yeah,
I do think like you obviously, you know, you take a big fucking step back when they become an adult. Like, hey, you know what, you sign in your own contracts. You're signing up for the draft. Like, I'm obviously I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do because it's none of my fucking
no, there's still a
business anymore
separation.
now that you're an adult. But you know, like I'm still your parent.
Yeah,
So if you need something to, you know, you want some advice or you have questions about something, you know where to find me.
Where's it fucking written that just because your kid's an adult, you can't smack him across the head?
Yeah, nowhere because I still get smacked by my parents.
See,
Right,
there you
yeah.
go. There you
Occasionally
go.
when I was an adult, so did not
I mean,
change since I
expecting
turned 18.
expecting
my
respect.
mom for the longest time would smack me in the head, me and my brother in the head if we were cussing. Like we'd just be having a conversation, dropping f bombs or whatever, just and not even angry, just you'd fucking say that for a lot. Yeah, she would like come out of the kitchen or bedroom or whatever, and fucking smack us both in the head. So probably until we were like almost 30. I
All
would
I'm
say,
saying
at
is
least
that
25.
all
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying is all I'm saying is that respect from your parents could be so rare that when you do finally get it, you can't help but break down and cry and fucking humiliate yourself with tears. That's what has to happen. All right, that's what I fully expect with parents. So,
If you're doing a good job, I feel like your kids are gonna hate you for some period of time in their teenage years.
I mean, if they didn't, then you're stuck with them for the rest of your life because they'll never move out.
Yeah.
That's
You're making things far too easy for them if they don't at least like dislike you for a while, or whatever.
Well,
your
right
kids should
now,
be so
kids
yeah.
don't move out because there's no fucking work.
Well, that's part of the
Yeah.
Like
problem.
they can't
I mean,
afford to pay rent on even a shitty fucking apartment. Like it's there's nothing else. There's nothing for them. You know.
Yeah, this is true, man.
I mean, for starters, like when I moved out originally, I moved out with a couple of friends into like a 3-bedroom place, and rent was $1,500 a month, which is pretty reasonable for a 3-bedroom house with like a garage and all the appliances still there, and we didn't have to pay the water bill. We only paid like the electric and the garbage was the only utilities we paid. Everything else was covered. And then the electric bill for a month when I moved out with my buddies was maybe $160 altogether for all three of us now. Now,
Right.
if you're in a 3-bedroom house, your electric bill a month, you can expect to be somewhere around like 600 to 700.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty fucking nuts,
And
dude.
in a 3-bedroom house, you're looking at like at least 2,500 for rent. You know, like, but the job wages are the exact same as they used to be. They're really not changing at all. So
There was
people
a
are
story.
making no money, and there's just ridiculously everything's so expensive.
There was a story from I forget who was telling it. It was here in Canada. And essentially, it's about this guy whose parents worked at the post office, like the majority of their lives. They did it for quite a while, and by the time they were like already in their 30s, they had already started a house, or they fully paid for a house. They already like paid for kids. They were getting up, and this guy he grew up. He worked the same job as his parents worked, doing the exact same hours, doing the exact same thing, and he's still living in his parents' basement because he doesn't make enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't have enough to do it, and because you don't have enough to start to get a home, you don't have enough to start a family. Because let's be honest here, women don't want to get it on with a guy who still lives with his parents. Doesn't work that way.
Unless he's incredibly abusive.
Well,
Yeah.
If he's incredibly abusive, they flock to him like fucking honey like flies on shit. Really.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
those are really
women,
good looking, or
yeah,
God
but
damn it.
those are women you don't. Yeah, those are women you don't want to put a baby in anyways. Okay. Although granted,
True,
I
I'm
mean,
just saying, like,
Well, those guys don't care. The guys doing that kind of shit don't care. Obviously.
fair enough. Well, fair enough. I mean, and that could happen, but you get some idiot women. That's true. There are plenty of them out there, but I mean, those are the ones that you don't really want to have around.
Yeah, they're not ones you'd want to start a fucking family with anyway.
Although really smart women aren't really the ones you want to have around either, because they'll use that against you the moment that once you catch them cheating, and then you're worst enemy.
I think the general problem you're reaching here is women are not good. That's what you're.
Wow. See,
Yeah, they're not necessarily rational when it comes to relationships.
Well, if there's one thing that they women don't like, it's taking responsibility and then getting caught. And
Yeah.
Why do you think the lifestyle is that they don't have to go out and work? It's like, oh no, you take care, you bring home the bacon, and I just take care of the kids, and the kids go off to school. They want no responsibilities, none. They just want to be free spirits to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially if they're even moderately attractive, they haven't, necessarily had to experience accountability for their actions, that kind of shit.
There you go. So, yeah, they want to be treated like kids for the rest of their lives, be taken care of. I mean, there's a certain mentality of that's, I guess, okay, because then they're not gonna work against you. I suppose. I don't know. I imagine there's some benefit to that, but at the same time, like, it'd be nice to have an extra income.
Yep, that is true.
I mean, you could say if they're off at work, then they're not fooling around. So then they got that to work. They got that to consider.
That'd be nice if it were true.
I know, but they'll find a way. The moment that they know no one's watching.
I mean, the reality is, if somebody's going to cheat on you, they're going to cheat on you. There's really not much you can do about it. Like,
yeah, fair enough.
It's one of those things I never understood about the guys who are like, you can't wear that, or you can't go hang out with those people. It's like,
yeah,
dude, like they're gonna cheat on you one way or the other if they want. Like, there's really no way you're gonna put a stop to it.
Yeah, and the more you tighten restraints on someone, the more likely that they're going to do it, because then they just need to get out there. And also, your partner's going to think that you don't trust them, which, I mean, fair enough, you shouldn't. But I mean, you don't have to make it overly obvious. You can just sort of, yeah. Well, not to mention, you don't really want to spend too much time with him. You really don't. There's I like women, but not enough to tolerate them all fucking day. Like, sometimes I just want to sit down, play video games. It's like, bitch, the most I want from you is to go get me something to drink. I don't want to deal with you.
Well,
Yeah, Patrice O'Neill
normal.
Patrice O'Neill had a great bit about it. That he's like, we want you around, just not right here, like where we're at. Like if you want to watch us from a corner or from the hallway, if you want to get in the vents and watch us from the vents, that's fine. We just don't want you right here next to us.
Yep.
Constantly berating us about taking out the garbage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah.
But going on bitching about women. So, what else is going on? How you guys doing?
All right.
Doing good. Burned the shit out of my hand though.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Just grabbed it was tuna casserole for dinner last night, and I grabbed the pot like without a pot holder on one of the handles, and put my finger and my thumb on it, and because I just fucking was on autopilot and forgot, and burned the. I got a good couple of pretty massive blisters. They're not particularly painful though.
Well, not yet. Are they large? Large blisters?
Yeah, they're pretty big. We have a burn cream stuff that I don't know why it works, because it really on paper shouldn't do anything, but it fucking works. Like it actually says that part of the ingredients is prayer, which obviously is absolute fucking nonsense. But it's like this water that's thickened up, and for some reason it works amazingly on burns and sunburns. It's supposed to work on like all fucking sorts of other shit too, but it doesn't do a damn thing on any of that. And it's called like Miracle Burn Gel or Miracle Gel or Miracle something or other. It works really good on burns, and it just doesn't make sense why, but it does. And so I'd say these hurt for maybe 5 or 10 minutes after I got them. And then by that time, the third or fourth time I put the burn stuff on there, the pain was gone. So I don't think it's very likely they're going to cause any more pain, other than maybe like being sensitive and, like I grabbed stuff the wrong way maybe or something. Or touch something hot with those blisters again. That would probably hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
And it's weird. You gotta get yourself some Miracle Burn cream shit. I don't know what the fuck. Why it works, I don't know.
Oh, it's extra prayer power.
It shouldn't, because, you see that, you should immediately, like, most rational people be like, that's fucking stupid. But for some reason, it fucking works.
Weird. Well, it is what it is. So if it works, it works.
Yep.
And no need to question why.
I'm not going to start
praying,
though.
It would be nice.
Just saying, I refuse to take it.
It would be nice to know why it works, but yeah.
Yeah, I would love to know why it works. I genuinely would like to know why it works, because that is kind of one of those things where it's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is going on here? Yeah. Oh, it's just working.
Well, and then also, I might be able to find products that are similar but not the same, that don't, what do you call it? Brain no worky.
Clearly. Jesus Christ.
Similar product, less expensive, less bullshit. Would be nice.
Like the generic or something?
Yeah. Like I'm saying, like a generic, or I don't know.
Yeah, or like the store brand, like the Kroger brand or some shit like that.
Exactly. Something like that, like a Kroger brand. Would be nice.
Kroger apparently owns all the fucking supermarket chains.
Oh, really? They're like, that's how it is? They own all of them?
Well, they own one in pretty much all markets. Like in California, Ralph's is owned by Kroger. In Arizona, Fry's Fry's food stores are owned by Kroger. There's
Damn.
other ones, I'm sure, but yeah, they own like in pretty much any major market. They own at least one of those restaurant chains under a different name. Because
Huh.
obviously they took them over and then obviously kept the name because it worked well in that.
Sneaky motherfuckers, sounds like.
Yeah, in that area. I noticed the first time I noticed it was because again we would go to California, every June or July or whatever for my mom's timeshare thing, and I put my phone number in and it worked for like the discounts and shit. And I'm like, oh wow, okay, I guess these guys are owned by the same company. And yeah, then I noticed at other places. I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
There's not a lot of emphasis on what do you call it, competition anymore. You're supposed to just own all the businesses and then set your prices at whatever you want because there's no competition allowed.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's other. They don't own more than one chain in any market. You know what I mean? Like it's just they own a chain in almost any market. So it's not like they bought up all the grocery stores. Like we still have obviously like Safeway, other ones, Walmart. Walmart does groceries now. That kind of shit.
Yeah. Oh, did you see they're doing research and they're finding out all the shit that we said, like, when the vaccines came out is true?
Gaming. God damn it, gaming.
What's up?
Oh, he popped in and then he's gone.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
He was in the chat there. He says pig.
Fucking hose teaser. All right.
But it's interesting to see that, like, all the stuff that we were saying when the very first vaccine started being talked about, how they're going to end up making people more susceptible, not less, and over time it's going to be like fucking your immune system up, and all sorts of other shit's going to get fucked up. It turns out every single thing was right. Like they're doing research now and finding out like every single thing we said was right. It's like, oh yeah, all that stuff that was tested years ago in other methods. Yeah.
Yo, hey, it's gaming.
Yo, what's up? Yeah.
What's going on, people? It's been a while.
Yeah.
Not much.
Hey, you decided to show up, did you?
Yeah, well, I'm not streaming right now, so
Yeah, you stream a lot on Twitch, man. That's a platform that I have no real experience with.
Yeah, I fell in love with Twitch.
Isn't it a lot easier to get banned on Twitch, though? I thought, like.
Dude, he's a gay and a minority, dude. It's fine.
That's right. Yeah, you got like a plot armor.
Yep, I'm protected.
You might want to throw a deerkin in just to be safe, but you'll probably be all right.
Yeah.
Oh God, maybe that's it, gaming. Maybe I gotta draw you like a deer.
Well, I already have plenty of
legs.
I mean, I already have horns, so
That's true.
Oh, you're horny?
24/7.
Another human. Excellent.
All right, I'm gonna step out, go outside, so I'll be muted for a minute.
He could smoke a cigarette. He needs to get his tobacco. His tobacco fix in.
Yeah, right now I'm in the middle of a fucking huge lightning storm.
Really?
Fun times.
Mhm.
Now,
my entire house keeps shaking constantly because of the lightning strike.
God, it's funny. Earlier today, I was just looking up on videos on people who got struck by lightning and lived to tell the tale.
Oof.
Yeah. It's just like it's something watching people who have been struck. Like, I think the most shocking one was the guy who was hit by lightning 7 times and lived to tell.
That's
tragically,
a lot of fucking times to get hit by lightning. Jesus Christ.
Well, and tragically, in 1983, he committed suicide. So like he shot himself in the head.
Oh,
So
why
that
would you
was
do that? That's kind of weird.
Because he couldn't handle the whole lightning stuff. They believe that's
maybe. A lot of people are wondering because it was one of those little. But then again, people just kill themselves sometimes. They just they do weird things and just do it. Like even guys who life is going perfectly well, not a thing wrong, making good money, having a good life, everything is going well, and they still kill themselves.
Yeah.
It just sort of happens.
The only one I know, I was the guy I worked with when I was 18 ended up killing himself because his wife had taken his kids and all his stuff and his money and basically fucked him, and he was left living in essentially a hovel.
God damn it.
And I think he ended up killing himself because his wife had figured out some way to restrict him from being able to see his kid even more.
You know,
like, that's kind of fucked up.
You know, I'm kind of baffled right now that your stream kit thing is working flawlessly. Yours is the only one that I've ever seen work. No one works. How is yours working? Have you not like updated Windows or not updated?
I'm on Windows 11 right now. So if that's
Have
good or
you-
bad, I don't know.
I mean, what
It's
version
the same
of
settings that you had it set up for when you yelled at me into making it work the first time.
magical episode?
Yeah,
I love it.
but yeah. Although this is the first week where it hasn't fucked up everything when we went live.
True,
so,
yeah.
right?
Usually the first time I go live, it fucking destroys my audio altogether. Like I lose audio, and then have
Don't
to
worry,
restart
it
my
happened.
computer.
It happens to me too. I don't have to restart it, but yeah, there's times when all my audio settings just get fucked because fuck you. That's why. And
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll be working on Discord, but then it's not going through to YouTube or some shit like that.
Well, mine is basically Windows fucking up with my OBS settings. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Windows-
It's the whole thing is wonky. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but has your icons always worked, or did it just started working recently?
No, it's worked the whole time. I haven't had to change anything. My settings and my Streamlabs have worked since they started with when you helped me set it up.
See, and from then, nobody's works. Everybody's is broken, including mine.
Really?
It doesn't want to work. Yeah, doesn't want to fucking work.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah. So then I guess I'm the fucking exception then.
Really?
And I know a lot of people that use it. Most of us use it. None of us work. Ours just gets stuck. Like it won't. Somebody's not talking. It will stay stuck, and it has an ugly surrounding color around the name. You can't change it or nothing. You can only change the main color in the letters, and that's it.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Oh, man.
So you did something. You broke the system, whatever it is you did.
Somehow I made it work even though it shouldn't. That's kind of funny.
He stumbled into fucking gaming the system somehow.
Somehow you
Good for you,
just got
Stabby.
somehow you got the stupid luck.
Well,
like for you
it's
to-
stupidity that made it work. That I know where that came from. That's all me. I got that in spades.
Yeah, I'd like for you to send me the copy and paste of the I don't know, maybe it's the copy and paste that maybe I can work on that I can fix on my side or something, but I don't know.
So you're like because you can like save the settings or whatever.
Yeah, talk him through it. Talk him through how to do that.
Shut up.
Oh, you kind of being an asshole there, Mr. Datewa. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Come on, that shit's hilarious, dude. It's so fun to listen to.
It's like gaming's this like perfectly reasonable, easy to follow instructions, and I'm like, yeah, I don't get that. You have to try something else. Oh, actually, I believe
Yeah, when in doubt, stand under the nearest tower. I think that's how it works.
Let's see. If I go to manage scene collections, right?
Should be in your sources. And it should be the one that says Discord.
Oh, I think I might have them all saved on a fucking USB. Hold on a second. Because when I switched over from my old computer to my new computer, I went through all the process of exporting the settings.
Mm.
And so I believe they may just be on my thumb drive, and I might
Oh,
just be able to
shit.
email that shit or
Yeah, just send me the file.
post it on Discord or something. Wait, what is this? Oh, no,
shit!
okay.
Are you trying to do it? Yeah.
No, it's not on the thumb drive that I have in here right now, but I will definitely get these settings downloaded.
I'll be right back. I need to check something out real quick.
Sweet. So yeah, what's everybody been up to lately?
About 6 foot.
Oh, come on, dude.
Oh, fucking
I'll
well,
time you
so
out,
much
dude.
for that fucking AC guy. That guy didn't do shit. Oh, that sucks. We've been trying to get the AC people to fix the airflow to my room because for some reason I don't get any AC in my room, and my room just stays at like 85 fucking degrees all day. Which is like, well, what's the point in having AC if you can't actually, keep your house cool? So,
You ever tried putting a fan like right in front of your door? Well, you'd have to leave the door open all the time.
Oh, have you thought of maybe losing 100 pounds and then you're constantly fucking cold and every fucking second? It's 75 degrees outside and I'm fucking cold.
You need a jacket?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I'm cold as we speak and my AC is turned off.
I wouldn't mind that. I'm getting a bunch of those fucking meal replacement shakes and bars starting this weekend. I'm going to do that shit. But I made sure to get the ones that aren't like just sugar, because you can buy the fucking Carnation instant breakfast or whatever, but it's basically just eating like 400 calories of sugar.
Oof.
You don't really get anything useful out of it. So I went and found the ones that are like, oh, it's 400 calories of food, but it's like, actual fruit and nuts and like things that you would actually want to eat. But in bar form, so I don't have to actually think.
Actually nutritious nutrition?
Yeah. It replaces all those calories you were getting with actual food calories and not just sugar.
Nice.
Yep, always a good choice.
Oh yeah, did you guys see the picture of the puppy I sent? My son got a fucking golden retriever puppy.
Yeah, it looks good. Did you see the video I sent of the guy testing out the bark collar?
No, I'm sorry.
It's like a minute and a half. It's a minute and a half video of a guy. He just puts a dog bark collar on himself because he's like, before I put this on my dog, I just want to see how it feels. And then make my decision based off of that instead of just putting it on the dog and not knowing.
Creepy.
I've seen
And
plenty
it
of
didn't look too
videos.
bad. It just looked pretty, like, it looked very annoying every time you make that noise, like if you're too loud or you bark, but...
All right.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I've
Dude,
already seen.
we had to get the dog is so small, like he must have like barely just been weaned, like finished getting being weaned off or whatever.
Oh, yeah, he's way too young
we
for
actually
a
got
bark
him.
collar, obviously.
Yeah, no, we had to buy a cat harness for him. My son didn't want to use the collar because he thinks it's wrong to, like, not even a choke chain, but even a regular collar is like pulling on the neck or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So he wanted a harness, but the dog harnesses were too big because he's too fucking small.
I mean, I hope
So
the
we
dog
actually
still
got
has a collar just for, like, holding its license and...
Yeah. Actually, my mom
okay.
got him. My mom, because she had done it for the American bulldogs we had here. It's a collar with the dog's name and my son's phone number, like stitched into the collar.
Oh, okay, good.
They
Yeah,
fixed
you always
it.
want to put that on.
By
on
the way.
puppies.
They fix StreamKit after like a fucking year. I just updated my HTTPS whatever what we're calling this thing, and yeah, it finally it wasn't because of your settings. They just finally fixed it after over a fucking year of not fucking working.
So it works now for you. You got it all figured out?
Yep.
Okay. Do you still want me to send you my settings? Or?
No, sir. I
right.
don't need them because
Cool
they're
beans.
working.
I'm still going to look up and figure out how to do that because that's something I should know how to do.
Do what?
Export the settings, so if I need to like export them, put them somewhere else for some reason, or make an extra copy.
You could just do YouTube search, and YouTube will find your videos on how to do it.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it now because it takes the audio from my desktop, so any video I play is just going to be like sound over us talking. It'll play on the stream.
Right.
Oh, you guys hear Biden has cancer apparently?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, but, real story. He actually has COVID right now.
Yeah, that's right. I just heard that.
God, I hope he's vaccinated and it fucks him up.
I mean, he's vaccinated and boosted. But there's he's boosted right now. He needed to get reboosted again, so...
Yeah. Well, good luck to him. That's not going to work out well. He's in that worst age group for it.
God, he's like
I hope
80
if he
something.
gets COVID, if it really is COVID, I hope it's long, slow, and painful, and it kills him in a miserable way.
Well, most people are hoping it'll do the job faster than that, because it's like every day he's in charge is a day closer to annihilation. Yeah.
Every
then
day
it's
above
Kamala.
ground for him is a bad day for us.
I
Do
mean,
we really want Kamala running shit?
everybody knows she would not run. There's no way she would not.
Well, no, I
There's
mean,
way.
if he dies, I'm saying she becomes president.
I mean,
If he dies before the term's up.
I mean, if she
could blow
dies,
somebody else who's competent and let them run it, I'm fine with that.
Well,
Really good
I
at
mean,
that.
I've mentioned before.
She got to be vice president.
I mentioned before a few times that Gavin Newsom's been seen at the White House a few times, and people are wondering if he's going to be taking Biden's place or if he's going to run next.
Oh, that'd be interesting. He'd have no chance against Trump or what's his name from Florida?
DeSantis.
Yeah, dude.
DeSantis
Did you? He ran a fucking campaign ad talking shit about Florida. Did you see that?
Yes, he
Yep.
was telling
Fucking
people to move
weird.
back to California from Florida, and it was just like, for what? More taxes? Like,
For
please,
what?
come to
More
California,
crime?
You can, like, deal with people shitting in the streets and more crime and more taxes. You're not allowed to have a gun. You're not allowed to defend yourself from all the criminals.
You missed our shit everywhere.
Fucking,
Yeah,
that's
fuck.
retarded, man. That was one of the dumbest things I've seen.
Yeah, that guy's so
I did
fucking
like the black
slimy,
dude in Arizona
dude.
who's running the ads with the fucking Democrat
KKK?
KKK members.
Trying
Oh yeah,
to
he's like,
get.
you want 12 Democrats with hoods coming after you, or fucking
Yeah.
something like that.
There's no reason to have a gun. That was an amazing ad. Yeah, no one needs convincing that's hilarious.
Actually, the guy running for AG here is like, hey, if Biden's not going to, stop the people from illegally crossing the border, I will. Like, all right, sir, you got my vote. I mean, I don't vote, but I
that's
mean, if
all
I did.
want, you know. I just want the fucking laws to be enforced as they're written. That's all I ask. You know, and then if we're just gonna let people in without any like repercussions, then make it a law before that starts happening. You can't just do it. You gotta actually have some sort of like law prior, like it has to be passed through Congress of some kind. You know, like whether it's a state or a federal Congress, depending on the law. You know.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen if, I'm sorry, not if, when the Democrats blatantly fucking rig the election again. Like, are people just going to fucking take it again?
Because I don't doubt for a second that they're going to try.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm like, these people are all like, yeah, watch, the Democrats are going to lose all these seats and all this stuff. And I'm like, do you think they're going to not cheat again? Yeah. Fucking got away with it on the fucking presidential election. And a lot of Senate races, too. Shit.
Yep.
Like, you think they're going to fucking stop?
Yeah, and like they're going to stop now that they've found a successful way to, like, rig the system.
Well, I think what's going to end up happening is that, because a lot of people are fighting back. A lot of Republicans are now, volunteering to, count the votes and that kind of stuff. So they're a lot more involved than they were before, which is a good thing, as far as I'm concerned, because you can't trust anything. And I do believe people of bear character are getting involved, but also they're getting more active in cracking down on potential voter fraud stuff. Like one example is that there's a what are they called, voter drop-off booths that you can just go. It's like a mailbox where you can just drop off your vote, and obviously that was, of course, abused. A lot of people came up there and just loading up, and they had like security cameras and all that, who just were mysteriously not working that day, or whatever. When people were stuck
the constant fucking refrains, the stuff that just mysteriously doesn't work that one day.
So like a bunch of states have now deemed those illegal, and more are doing the same. So like every day comes by, it's like another one. It's like, yeah, we're not doing that. Others are.
Biden is running a lawsuit against, I forget which state, because the state started requiring ID for voting.
Yep.
Like he's trying to get it removed, like against the state's wishes. It's like, yeah, states' rights, unless it doesn't work for what we want.
Indeed. So there's a lot.
That's odd. The fucking executive branch going after fucking individual states' laws, dude. That's a fucking scary thing.
Well, that's what I mean. Like more action is taking place, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if it'll be as bad. I don't think they'll be able to get away with it like they did last time. Not to mention, unless
I fucking hope not, dude.
Wait and see. I'm pretty sure they'll get away with it again, unless
I hope you're fucking right.
Actually, fight back.
Well, I think that they are fighting back, but people gotta be a lot more clever this time around. Like for instance, like on January 6th, when everyone was protesting and that whole staged event was going on, people gotta be careful. I mean, you can't really go out and do that. So it's like, stay home, go out and vote, sure, but don't go out to any rallies, don't go out to anything else. Don't give anyone the opportunity to make something up. So, in other words, just go out, do your thing, go home.
Well, I mean, we're not in Canada. That doesn't apply to your rules to ours. Rallies and all that stuff,
I think
they're
the opposite.
legal.
I think people need to get out in the streets, get loud, and make sure that everybody sees how many people there are.
Okay, but the problem is that's what happened on January 6th.
No,
because the crowds.
No.
Dude, hear me out. people were in there infiltrating. You could say they were feds, Antifa, whatever, who staged a whole whack of that whole quote-unquote insurrection nonsense, and all the other shit was going on. If you're going out there in crowds to protest and whatever, bad actors are going to use that as an opportunity to get in there and start another January 6th incident. That's why I say, don't give them anything to work with. Go out, vote, do your thing, go home. Don't make it a big thing because they're going to take advantage of it.
I absolutely 100% disagree with you.
Okay.
With a simple fact, here's a simple fact. Those people broke the law.
Yeah.
They were not supposed to go in there. They were not supposed to be grabbing stuff. They were not supposed to be. All those people that did stupid things, it's kind of horrible because they're being overly punished. They still fucked up. You could have been in the Capitol.
Cops wave you in.
And pushed you in. There's videos of them pushing people in. Again, they fucking broke the law. It's their fault for being fucking stupid. You could have been in the Capitol Hill and nothing happened to most people. You know why? Because none of them were breaking the fucking law. Only the morons who walked in and vandalized and stole and did stupid shit, they deserve what they get. I'm sorry, they're stupid what they did, but they fucking did it. Maybe they were sheep, they were stupid, but again, you have the right to protest, you have the right to be, to lawfully get together and blah, blah, blah. But what January 6th happened was a setup, and people were dumb enough to fucking join, and that's what happens when you're a sheep. I'm sorry, I disagree with what you said.
And the reason why I disagree with that one is because there's evidence of cops waving them in. That's an invitation. At that point, they didn't break the law.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. It was a fucking setup.
Yeah, and not only that, like when the police
there
let you
should have
in,
realized, hey, this is way too fucking easy.
when the authorities let you in, when the authorities let you in, it's no longer a crime. That's why, like a lot of these people are being punished, but none of them have been sentenced to anything yet. I mean, they're just waiting. That's all. So, I mean, in the end, they're probably going to get let out free. It's just that in the meantime, there's like the process is the punishment.
Yeah, they're
Even
fucking
so,
being. Yeah, they're fucking being. They've been detained for a very long time, though, dude. A lot of them.
Oh yeah, and what they're probably gonna do is they're gonna try and put some paper in front of them saying that we're gonna let you go, but you gotta sign this paper saying that you're not gonna sue, and I think that's foolish. You should definitely sue because clearly the police are in the wrong on this one. Clearly.
Yeah, if they're saying we'll let you go if
never
you
sign
sign
paper
this,
without an attorney.
that's obviously under duress anyway.
Yeah, never sign papers without
So yeah,
an
it wouldn't
attorney.
really be valid.
If they're legal papers, like it's just.
Well, see, and part of the problem is many of these people are not being provided with attorneys, which is against the fucking law.
Oh, that's interesting.
No attorneys,
see how
no
that plays
fucking.
out, then.
Yeah, no speedy trial, no attorneys. It's fucking wildly fucking illegal. But nobody cares, dude. They're all distracted by the next thing.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and be ready for next product.
Exactly.
Yeah, who's anybody still talking about Theo Epstein? Or not Theo Epstein. Fucking he's the fucking Red Sox manager. Epstein and Maxwell. Nobody's talking about that shit.
Well, yeah, you have to wait for things to happen before you can really talk about it. I mean, right now we don't know what's going on. I know, like in the case of Maxwell, her cellmate was being offered money to, try and kill her, choke her out in their sleep, which of course didn't happen.
Yeah, that's an iffy one because that fucking cellmate could be full of shit. But you can also see somebody offering that cellmate to fucking kill her. So yeah, that's a tough one to fucking judge.
If the goal is to try and get her to kill herself or come up with that kind of stuff, then yeah, there'd be definitely a reason to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's really happening.
Yeah, she's got a fairly cushy gig for fucked up shit that she had done. She's going to be in a federal prison, which are fucking nice as hell, dude. They're like fucking resorts and shit.
Well,
I mean, you still have to stay there, but they're really fucking nice as far as prisons go. You know, there's prisons,
Sure,
there's federal prisons that have like Olympic-sized swimming pools and big-ass gardening centers and shit.
yeah, but the trade-off on that one is that everyone that works there works for the government, and so if the government tells you to look the other way, they will. That's what makes it dangerous.
That doesn't matter if it's a prison made out of solid gold. It's still a fucking prison.
Well, and not just that.
Yeah,
I mean, and not only that. I mean, like the risk of anything happening to her is very high. So I don't. Yeah, it's a risky thing, and it's like it's hard because she has all this information, and no one wants to hear her, and that's the part that always bothers me. Is like because she wanted to do a plea deal. I'll give you the name.
People really, really, really want to hear her, but nobody's allowed to. They're keeping her under wraps. That's the problem. Because I'd love to hear what she fucking knows. I think there's a lot of people who would absolutely love to as well.
I mean, like, she's an awful human being, and I'd like to see her suffer. And I shudder at the idea of giving her less of a sentence. But at the same time, it's like, I kind of want to know who were her clients. How did this work out?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I 100% want to know who her clients were. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people would love to know. Because that is...
Yeah, and apparently a lot of that shit is going to stay under whatever the fuck, where it's not getting released at all. A lot of that information.
Well, they're doing their best.
Not going to be released.
They are doing their best to scrub it as much as they can. Because remember, like when Epstein had self-deleted himself, quote unquote. And then all the evidence and stuff from Epstein Island was all collected by the FBI, and the FBI just so happened to lose it. Like, how do you lose like some of the most important information of all time? This is the stuff that like you could be like careers are made off of this stuff. Of course you would keep that and then solidify yourself in history. No, they all lost it, which makes me wonder. It's like, how is that possible? And then like, are the cops or the FBI all in on this? Which, come to think of it, I mean, what else do you deal with that information?
Yeah, of course they are, dude. I assume Maxwell at least had the sense to fucking have a dead man drop going on. Like if something does happen to her, it releases all the information to like a million different sites.
I mean, maybe, but also maybe not, because if they're already paying off her cellmates to do stuff, how much information does she really have?
Well, who's paying off? Yeah, like, I mean, there's probably any number of players, and, not everybody wants her dead, not everybody wants her alive, so, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of different groups of people involved, because there's probably people who would love to use, whatever she knows against those people, not to benefit, anybody but themselves, but just for, like, blackmail.
Well, I mean, those people deserve to get blackmailed anyways.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have any pity. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure there's people who are invested in keeping her alive too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be close to 50-50, I guess, because she's still alive.
Oh, I have no idea what the numbers are. I just assume.
Yeah, I assume there's enough on both sides of that equation. People wanting her alive,
probably,
people wanting her dead.
A few decent people left in the government, like under some rock somewhere, who are like, I'd really like the people to know who all these child molesters are that went out to fucking Pedo Island. Other than like Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden hanging out there fucking little kids.
Yeah, find out what's happening. I imagine there are people investigating and trying to get the answers, but I mean they have to be on the hush hush because you put out names and then you know who to get rid of.
Well, I'm pretty sure like you'd find people like Bezos and Gates on there.
Probably.
Maybe even Elon Musk. Who knows? Those rich people get fucking crazy after a certain period of time because they've done so many fucking things that everything's boring.
Yeah.
They have to fucking get more and more depraved to fucking feel anything anymore.
Yeah.
Well, and part of me wonders, like, I look at like Bezos and he's going up to space and doing all this stuff, and I tend to wonder why And the only thing I can think of is like, are you trying to do as much awesome, crazy shit as you can before you have to kill yourself?
Oh, that'd be kind of fucked up if that was true.
It's like look, because like look at Elon Musk. He's doing the same thing, doing the whole SpaceX thing, but he's not getting into his own rockets. He's not getting into his own ships. He has the ability to go up to space if he wants to, but he doesn't. But Bezos is doing
Yeah,
that.
launched one of his
well,
fucking
he's
cars
a
into
lunatic,
orbit.
but you know.
He probably doesn't have a death wish either. So, but Bezos is doing it.
That is a fair point. You make
Oh, yeah.
a fair point, sir.
I think someone's getting ready. He might be doing away with himself at some point.
Yeah, couldn't happen to a nicer person.
Yeah, but then he's gonna use all that money to enjoy life. He's gonna like most people when they kill themselves, they don't do too much with their lives because they just can't. He's like, I got all the money in the world. I'm gonna do everything I can to just have a good time before I have to kill myself.
Yeah, true.
If that's what goes on, who knows?
Yeah, really, that is the real question. Yeah, at the end of the day, who knows what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
Indeed.
Well, this is fun, but I gotta go get cat food. So I'll be back if you're still streaming later.
Right on.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for stopping
Back in a bit.
by.
And I gotta-
Your new diet is a little strange, but hey, you know, eat what you want.
If that's what you got to do nowadays with the supermarkets being all bare cupboards and such.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Food's
sure
better
cat
than
food
starving, I guess.
is delicious when you're hungry. You know?
Get the tuna flavored cat food, so it's a little more what you're used to.
Just remove the
Oh, wait,
slime.
oh, we're supposed to say he's going to masturbate every time we leave.
Oh,
God, dude,
yeah.
that's the fucking shtick.
I mean, obviously, everybody knows he's gonna do that first. But obviously.
Well, now you're calling it buying cat food? All right.
hmm
Now you're calling it buying cat food? I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy some cat food too in a little bit.
God damn.
So how you boys been?
I've been good.
Doing
I've
all
been playing
right,
a lot
man.
of Conan Exiles.
Oh, okay. I've been playing a lot of V Rising.
V Rising. I don't think
What's
I know
that?
that one.
Be rising.
It's basic. Think Minecraft and Diablo 3 or Diablo 2, whatever.
That's kind of a weird
Diablo.
combination in my head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
So you build your own castle and it has like the whole Minecraft kind of type of settings, or what's it called, 7 Days to Die kind of vibe. You know, like you could build your
Okay,
own
you gotta
castle.
Yeah.
And you leveled yourself up and this and that, and you can make the castle bigger and bigger. And you go hunting for different bosses because the bosses will give you level ups to build the next thing, or learn to upgrade the next item. Blah blah blah. They're pretty fucking addicting. I've been so addicted to this game right now.
Is it a cell phone game or like a
No, it's a
console?
PC game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I know there's a lot of fucking cell phone games that look like they're very clearly designed just to get you to like go for that first dopamine hit and get hooked.
Yeah, and this
You
game's
spend
only
a lot of
like
money.
20 some bucks.
Mm.
So the game's fucking affordable. It's super cheap, and I'm telling you, it's fucking addicting. It's fun as hell.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So do they can you like attack other people's bases and shit, and they attack yours, or is
It does. If you could go into the full world, and yeah, you could actually steal
Yeah.
other people's homes.
But you can also, I assume, play in ones that can't happen.
Mhm.
All right.
Like
so it kinda
my
sounds
server's
the Conan
my
Exiles
server's
game.
private. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like,
See, like, my
I
server
play,
is
on
private, so
PvE
nobody can
where
do that.
I don't have to worry about people stealing my shit in Conan too. Same kind of deal. Like, people can steal all your shit, so you do have to decide if you want to play in a PvP or PvE.
Right.
And I am a much bigger fan of PvE. I don't have a problem with PvP. I've played it, and, like, hey, sometimes you lose your stuff, sometimes you get some stuff. Not a big deal. But, man, some of those people get real fucking twisted personality-wise that it's not very fun to play with them.
Yeah, there's some really twisted people that just want to destroy everybody's life, like just they're so miserable
ruining your fun, It's not about winning the game or doing, a cool thing in the game. It's just about, I want to make sure you're not having fun.
Yeah,
that's all it is. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, those people are fucking issues, and I have no interest in hanging out with them.
Yeah, that's the one you were telling me, Stabby, that fucking, there's like the starter area, the Noob River or whatever, and those fucking assholes would literally go to the area where everybody starts at and just fuck up
and just kill all the level 1 characters. Yeah.
That's a dick. Yeah,
spend hours just murdering like level 1 characters to the point where they just give up and find other servers to play on.
I mean, that's pathetic. I mean, you gotta be really pathetic to do shit like that.
Oh yeah, no, I assume these are people who have like no power in their real life whatsoever.
Like,
nothing whatsoever. Like they're just miserable people.
They're like, I am meaningless in real life, but here, I can I'm important. I have an impact.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking pathetic.
I've noticed a lot of the fucking big spenders on the game I play, dude. You're like, okay, so you've purchased relevance that you couldn't find
in the real world.
Life. All right, yeah. Here I matter. Like, I've got a lot of money and all, but nobody respects me. Not my family, not my kids. But in this game, people have to deal with me.
Yep.
They have to love me.
$50,000.
Whereas I play on this PvE server right now on Conan. It's an official PvE server, and like anytime you need help, somebody's always there to like give you some advice or offer you a hand or come over and help you out. Like everybody's super chill. I just traded thralls with some dude earlier with no real worries at all. Like there was never any like, oh, is he gonna rip me off? Is he gonna try to kill me? Steal my shit? It was just like, nope, I dropped my thrall, he drops his thrall, we both walk away happy campers.
Nice.
Nice.
No closer.
That's good.
Right now I'm just collecting humans. I love. Okay, so I'm sure you've seen like the Conan the Barbarian movies, right? Like with Schwarzenegger. So in the Conan Exiles game, if you've never played, there's a Wheel of Pain is the thing you get to build, and you go out and you knock out people, like NPCs, and you take them and you put them on your Wheel of Pain for a certain amount of time to break them, and then they become your thrall. So there's combat thralls that you use to do your fighting for you, and then there's thralls that like do like armors, smiths, whatever that you put in workbenches to make better items.
That's such a cute word for slave.
I like to think of them as unpaid interns in my new and exciting business venture.
Right.
I'm
bad slaves. What's the difference?
Look, I mean, interns and slaves are kind of the same thing. I'll grant you that. But interns sound so much less inappropriate. Oh man. To be fair, I dress my interns in the best armor and give them the best weapons.
Put a slave in a fancy golden cage, but it's still a fancy golden cage.
Yes.
Also, it all circles back. You see that?
I also have there's like preservation boxes that just look like funky refrigerators. I may have a couple refrigerators full of like human meat.
Oh my!
You end up harvesting meat from people when you kill them.
Ew.
may come in handy at some point.
They introduce vampires or something, dude.
If nothing else, I feed it to my
Zombies.
pets. Because you can also kidnap baby animals and like raise them in an animal pen. Like a pet lion that fights for you or something like that. It's pretty cool. Oh, let's see. There's supposed to be something here.
I knew you were a Democrat. I always knew.
You knew I was a Democrat, yeah. To be fair, I'm not really a Republican or a Democrat. I like to think of myself as an independent.
You're an independent Democrat. We know.
Yeah, I dressed my character in a white hood.
Right. How can you not? White is always stylish. Never clashes with nothing.
Absolutely. Oh man, now I gotta sit here and fucking harvest this cave forever.
I gotta run. I gotta use the restroom and start my lame ass stream. So, gentlemen, it was a pleasure. It's so hard to fucking find you guys because when you guys are streaming, I'm streaming too.
Oh, yeah. Strangers in the night.
Yeah, today was a special occasion.
With it.
Well, it was nice
today was it was a special occasion because again, like it was too much of a storm and sometimes the lights go out and my
power going out and shit.
I have a battery backup, but it doesn't always catch it perfectly, and it'll mess up my monitors for some reason, and it fucks up with everything. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, not gonna risk it.
Yeah. You don't want to fucking kill a computer.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, you guys, it was a pleasure. We'll talk to you guys sometime soon, I hope.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. So hop on by whenever.
You know it. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you, man.
Did I ever tell you about my Nazi restaurant idea?
I don't think so because I'm pretty sure I would remember that.
So I had an idea for a Nazi-themed restaurant, right? Like everything is baked in the oven, obviously. Like that's just one of those things. It's like it's so dumb, and you gotta stop and giggle for a second. But yeah, I was thinking it'd be really fun. It'd be like every couple of hours or every hour, you do like a dinner theater, where like some people that look very stereotypically Jewy, get to run around the edges of the restaurant, hiding from the Nazi staff. And sneak in and get like seated at the restaurant. You know, like
would it be all Jewish cuisine that would be cooked in the oven?
Oh yeah, absolutely everything is oven baked.
Yeah, but is it all Jewish food? I mean.
Oh, you know what? I would think there'd have to be like some bratwurst and stuff too.
Yeah, it's all German and Jewish.
Yeah, if you don't throw some German stuff in there, it's just not as funny.
Right.
But I think that
the German stuff is not.
Idea.
All the German stuff is not cooked in the ovens. How about that? All the Jewish cuisine is cooked in the ovens. All the Jewish stuff has to be cooked, or all the German stuff has to be cooked. You know, not in the ovens.
Like it has to be boiled or something.
Yeah.
It's all cooked on a gas range.
Yeah, that'll work.
But I just thought it'd be funny because like the staff would be like going around questioning the people that live there, or not that live there, the customers, and be like, "Have you seen the Jew? Have you seen any Jews? We have heard reports that they have been trying to eat at this restaurant." There's like a whole dinner production of it, where the Jews like sneak around hiding under tables and shit,
You have to you have to bring along evidence of your bloodline to make sure there's no Jewishness in it.
Yeah, it'd be like the Keystone Cops though, where they're like all the restaurant staff are trying to find the Jews, but they're just hopelessly incompetent.
Like Sergeant Schultz from Hogan's Heroes.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I think that'd be.
I'll win the
That'd
lottery.
be a very profitable and entertaining restaurant. I think a lot of people would enjoy that.
Yeah, if I won the lottery, I would almost want to do something like that and not worry about profits
Making
or
money?
anything like that.
Yeah, do it somewhere where you know you can't and won't get shut down.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I-
Florida.
I heard rumors that there was a place that got sued for having a "No Jews" sign in its window, and it was
wow.
actually like deemed like, well, you know, I mean, if he doesn't want to have Jews, he didn't have to have Jews in his fucking restaurant.
Yeah. I've never understood that shit. It's like, dude,
I
let
don't-
the
yeah, I don't
market
understand
decide.
why
If
they
he's
care,
dumb
but,
enough
yeah.
to, yeah. Like if they don't want you there, why do you want to be there?
Yeah,
And
I
plus,
don't- yeah,
again, the
that's
market
a-
will fucking. It's something that egregious, you know. Again, the market is going to ensure that doesn't succeed.
Yeah, oh yeah,
for the
yeah.
most
Like
part.
that guy's definitely not going to make a ton of money off of that, for sure. See, I look at that as
Kinda like that
I
whole,
mean, if you want a sign in your window that's going to make it so people are less inclined to give you money, go for it. You know, like it's dumb, but like you know, it's restaurant. If you didn't want Jews there,
Yeah, I remember that whole cake baking fiasco where those guys, the gay couple, like searched out like the 50th place they called to get a cake made that said they wouldn't do it.
yeah,
Actually, I think they still said they would bake the cake. They just wouldn't put the writing on it that they wanted, right? Like they were like, okay,
they
you can
weren't
bake the
gonna
cake,
put
but
they
we're-
weren't gonna put like gay stuff on a wedding cake because they didn't believe in gay marriage because they're Christian. And while I think they're dumb and they should shut their fucking mouths and just bake the cake because you know money is money. At the end of the day, it's their business. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do.
Right. Yeah, especially since again, there's a shitload of bakeries closer by that were totally fine with doing it.
Yeah, that's that. I think one of the things that should have gotten that case thrown out immediately is the fact that they were shopping around to find somebody who would say no intentionally with the intention of filing lawsuits to get money.
Yeah,
I
to
think
get a
whenever
fucking
there's
GoFundMe.
enough evidence to suggest that somebody is genuinely just trying to use the legal system to sue people for money, just to get money and not for any actual thing, like it should just be like, no. You get nothing.
You obviously sought out. You literally sought out the place, and again, passed up places that were closer. You know, until you found somebody that said no. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous,
that was
dude.
gross.
And they made a fucking shitload of money, I'm sure, on just the GoFundMe alone. People suck, is the bottom line.
Oh yeah, I wonder how much that couple made that fucking went out with the intention of robbing a bunch of places. Because like to me, that's like you're trying to rob stores, you know?
Yeah, or at least fucking, what do you call it, extortion, really. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Extort. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to extort people. That actually is a better word for it.
Yeah, that's fucking, yeah. But no, that kind of behavior is accepted, even encouraged nowadays.
Yeah, the victim mentality is so bizarre to me. I do not understand that.
Yeah, it's fucking, well, the whole Amber Heard thing, like, she claims, like, no, I didn't want to be known as a victim. Okay, but you're doing everything, portraying yourself as a victim, other than calling yourself a victim. And, I mean, obviously it was bullshit anyway. All of it was fucking made up.
Well, and
But,
yeah, that was one of those ones that was, it was refreshing to see that people were willing to be like, no. Like, no, you're a liar and you're a terrible person and it's really obvious and we don't want to reward that. It was like, oh shit, they actually fucking didn't give her all the money.
Right. You know what? She probably would have easily won that case if she didn't testify.
Or didn't consistently keep talking when she shouldn't.
Yeah. And she's still fucking with people. Like,
Really needed to stop talking like 30 or 40 times.
yeah. I mean, she's a bad actor, but that might have been her worst fucking performance, dude.
Yeah, that did not work well for her. Like, it did not play out the way she wanted, I imagine. Oh, that was such a fucking wacky case. Like, shitting on the bed and fucking breaking bottles over his hands and shit. Like, there was
severing his fucking finger.
It's a story that I've heard many a time about Willie Nelson, where one of his wives sewed him into the bed sheets and then beat the hell out of him with a broom for cheating or something like that.
Damn,
and a lot of people are all like, ha, ha, that's so funny. She really got him. And it's like, you're kind of a fucked up person, aren't you? Like, that woman is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
You know,
like
you know what she
a
could've
normal
done?
person would imagine.
She just divorced him and took like half his fucking money.
Yeah.
You know, like, she had no need to go beat the hell out of this guy and do all these horrible, violent, evil things.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick. It's like, I guess people just have no empathy to put themselves in his position. Like, okay, he cheated. He's a fucking asshole or whatever. But I want you to imagine yourself sewn into a fucking bed frame and getting fucking beaten with a broomstick, dude. Like, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. That's the kind of thing that people would wake up in cold sweats and have problems sleeping in a bed for like years after when it happens, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna fuck you up for life, dude.
Yeah.
Like, how do you sleep next to any other woman after that, like, comfortably? Like, you can't.
I can't imagine.
You know it's possible.
No, it would be virtually. Yeah, it would be so hard to do. Be terrifying.
All right, I'm back inside. It's fucking nasty out there.
Our next event tomorrow night is Christmas in July.
Oh God,
So,
dude, they're starting to show that shit in the Hallmark Channel. 'Cause my mom watches all of those fucking things. Yeah, they're doing the Christmas in July thing.
Oh, that's
hilarious. They're showing all these Christmas fucking movies, and my mom can't stop, dude. She fucking watches every single one of them. Yeah, it's funny because it would be like 5 minutes into it, and I'm like, oh, those two are fucking button heads. Well, I'm sure they're not going to end up hooking up and falling in love by the end of this.
Yep.
Like, dude, it's so formulaic. You know exactly what's going to happen. Oh, they're trying to take over the business, and this guy, he works for the business, but button heads with that guy, and your current boyfriend is like, he's all right, but he's kind of a dick. So, yep, that's what's going to happen.
Yay.
The guy that works for the corporation is going to end up quitting and whatever. Yeah, it's fucking funny, dude. Yeah, I don't know why, but that picture of the flan fantastico, I don't know if you saw what I posted in the Discord, but I saw that at the Filiberto's. You have Filiberto's, yeah? Up where you're at? The Mexican food, the Mexican fast food restaurants?
Which one?
Filiberto's?
Never heard of it.
Or Heriberto's, or Roberto's, or they always end in Berto somehow.
Never heard of it.
Alright. Oh shit, really? I guess it's Southern California, because I think that's where they started. But they're pretty decent. It's not bad or anything.
To be fair, you have trouble swinging a fucking tennis racket here without hitting a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be.
So there's a lot.
Even if
It's
Northern
not
California.
surprising that there could be one that I've never heard of that's just you know, is really good Mexican food because there's so many.
Yeah, but that's a big one here. It's always something, like I said, Heriberto's or Filiberto's, some kind of Berto.
Supposed to be like this.
All serve basically the same fucking shit, you know. The Arizona burrito I like. It's basically just fucking beef, like chunks of beef and potatoes. With pico de gallo, although I don't like the pico de gallo, it's just too much oniony, too much crunchy. But yeah.
All depends on what you're using it for and where you got it. For me.
Right.
There's
So yeah,
pico de gallo and there's bad pico de gallo. It just depends on where. Like for instance, I can't stand any sort of let's see.
Cilantro?
No, I just fucking hold on. I gotta get out of here real quick. I started killing a guy I didn't want to kill. It's like no.
Oh.
So I gotta run far enough away before he dies to reload the thing, and his health will all come back, and then I can keep him.
Nice.
Sorry. So like, there's places where I like pico de gallo. There's places where I don't like. Like I don't like cilantro.
Yeah, no, you said it tastes like fucking plastic or rubber or something?
Yeah, it tastes plasticky to me, and I think that's just one of those things where it's like everybody's got a genetic disposition. Some people it tastes like rubber, some people it doesn't.
Yeah, for me it's chocolate cake. For some reason, because I love everything chocolate.
But not chocolate cake for some reason?
Yeah, for some reason to me it always tastes like slightly burnt. It's weird. So yeah, because again, any other form of chocolate, well, not dark chocolate, I guess, but any other form of, milk chocolate, pudding, whatever else, brownies, any of that shit, I absolutely love. But the chocolate cake, for some reason, just does not, has a weird burnt taste to me.
Oh, dude, his health is all the way back. Yeah, that's a weird one. Why would you taste? I wonder why it tastes burnt to you.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, dark
weird.
chocolate, like, I know dark chocolate has kind of like a bitter sort of flavor to it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
I
dark
revel
chocolate.
in that bitterness of dark chocolate, but like
I like it in other shit, like almond joys have dark chocolate. Those taste good, or the mounds. What else? Peppermint patties. Like some of the stuff with dark chocolate's fine, but like just dark chocolate by itself, I do not care for that much.
Really, I love
Yeah.
just like plain dark chocolate. I'm 100. Yeah, I'm totally in for that.
Yeah. Like
In
over
fact, I
milk
would
chocolate?
take over milk chocolate any day.
Oh wow.
And
No,
here's the thing though, I
love
find
milk
in
chocolate.
general, if I'm eating chocolate, I want a much smaller piece of dark chocolate than I would want a piece of milk chocolate. So that's part of the
gotcha.
attraction. It's like, if you buy a candy bar, it lasts a lot longer if it's dark chocolate, if because you only eat like little pieces at a time.
Yeah, a tiny bit at a time. I gotcha.
Eh. Well, I don't know if I go all the way to tiny pieces, but I try to keep, like I eat about half the size of a piece of dark chocolate as I would milk.
Yeah.
I'm very fond of it. Oh.
Fantastico. But yeah, I don't know why. I saw that in the drive-thru, and that just fucking, I don't know. I was like, that's pretty fucking funny.
Damn. There's a little mini boss that pops up right next to this little base I set up here. It's not good. I'm gonna have to build something over there where they spawn, so they just stop spawning.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I got a bunch of free potions. How long do they have? Oh, I probably won't be able to get these back to my base before they're dead. Some of the bosses, when you kill them in here, will give you a bunch of potions that will reset your attributes, so you can like change your mix of like, you know, how strong and how like fast and how resistant to like, you know, effects your character is.
Oh, right.
And they're really handy early in the game, but they only last for 2 minutes before they go bad and disappear.
Oh, gotcha.
So unless you're right next to a refrigerator, well, storage bin. There's storage bins where you use ice and it's like a refrigerator and it turns off whatever timer is on whatever item is inside. So I got them into my container in my little outpost, but I'm a good ways away from my base. So I'm wondering, like, am I going to be able to get those to my base before they just vanish?
Right. But is it like reset it, or is it like, let's say there's 10 seconds left and you get it to the fridge or whatever? When you take it out, does it still only have 10 seconds, or does it kind of reset the timer?
So whatever the timer is, when you
it?
put it in the box, it stays there.
Okay.
So if it's got like 20 minutes and 32 seconds, stick it in the box, pull it back out of the box, it's going to have 20, you know, same amount of time.
Okay. All right. That'd be nice if it just completely eliminated it. You know what I mean? As soon as you put it in the thing and there's just no timer anymore, and you can use it for whatever.
Oh, that would be really, really nice, but yeah, it's never going to happen.
Right.
Generally, like, those potions are nice, but you can make your own. It's not that hard.
Gotcha.
So it's not like rocket surgery.
Rocket surgery. All right.
Yeah, you know, rocket surgery. You've done rocket surgery, right?
Oh, God. That's great.
Yeah, I like that one because it makes you sound smart and dumb at the same time. It's like,
right.
like, oh, you sound retarded and intelligent. I don't understand what's going on. This is too weird for me.
This is a paradox. I think it's going to shut my brain down. Rocket
That's
surgery?
On a rocket? Yeah, I like the Christmas in July.
Not like it's brain science. Oh, wait, brain science kind of works still. Never mind.
Brain science sounds good too. I kind of like that. I like the rhythm of that one. Yeah, I like it until any line that was ever said by what's his name, the guy that played in like Evil Dead. Oh, I can't remember the actor's name.
Bruce Campbell?
Yeah, anything he ever says in any movie ever. It sounds dumb and smart at the same time, and so it's entertaining.
Right. That guy's fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah, he definitely doesn't take it.
I always thought it was kind of sad he never went
seriously.
further. You know what I mean? Like, he never ended up being like a real big name or anything like that for some odd reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was unfortunate because, like, I mean, he's definitely famous. Like, he's definitely gotten some really big roles, but I feel like that dude really could have gone a lot further as, like, a leading man.
Yeah. Kind of got typecast there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Although, I don't know if you ever watched, oh, now I can't think of the name. The one about the spy who gets burned, Burn Notice.
Oh, yeah.
With Michael?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I definitely was aware of it. I don't know that I've seen a whole lot of them, though.
Okay, so, the guy that plays Michael, his, has Sam Axe is his bestest buddy. And, Sam Axe is played by, Bruce Campbell, and he's like an ex-FBI agent, drunk now. Like he goes out and just like basically makes a living by mooching off of like older ladies that want a little, you know, little hanky panky time with the old Sam Axe.
The old in out.
yeah, and so he just makes a bunch of money doing, you know, like basically just fucking old broads, and you know, he'll do like a little bit of like light enforcement kind of work, like your boyfriend won't fucking stop calling you. All right, I'm gonna have a talk with this bozo and we'll work and it'll be done in a minute. Don't worry. You know, like that kind of thing. He could go intimidate the boyfriend.
Nice. Well, they did a remake. What was it? Netflix, I think, of the whole Evil Dead thing.
So you're talking about the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not a remake of the show.
Oh, gotcha. It's whatever.
It picks up after all of the Evil Deads are over.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's essentially it's like what's going on with Ash Ketchum now.
Right. It's a sequel. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. It's pretty fucking bad, honestly. Like I tried to watch it. I made it through like most of the first season before I just couldn't do it anymore. It was not great.
Yeah, I think my son liked it, but it was like back when it came out, he was because that was a bit ago. That was a while ago, I believe.
If you've never seen the Evil Dead stuff, I'm sure it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, because it's just ridiculous, over the top, fucking.
Yeah, it has all the charm of the original Evil Deads. Unfortunately, it's just the writing is kind of shit tier compared to the original Evil Deads.
Right.
So, it's like, what are you going to do? There's not much to be done about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who played his dad. It was, fuck. God damn it.
It was really good casting, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's a famous dude. I think it's the guy that played $6 Million Man.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember who that was right now, but yeah, I'll look it up in a second. Finishing up on my stupid little game here. Damn it. Yep. But anyways. Yeah, I remember it just being like, again, way over the top. Fucking action shit. Oh no, that's right. Okay. Got that reverse. Sorry, no, I'm just fucking around with the game here. Thought I sent the wrong march out. Bastard.
But it's not the worst show I've ever seen. It's just not. It wasn't worth it for me to go watch it again.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because it was kind of like, well, we're just gonna reuse all the same jokes and the same concepts that they did in the movie. And like, well, I mean, that was great originally, but like, I've already seen that shit, so.
Right. Yeah. I can't remember. Yeah, if I remember correctly, like it. Wait, did they ever go back to the cabin? I remember if they actually go back to the cabin, because that would be fucking stupid. Because even Bruce Campbell made fun of that shit, like at fucking, like at any cons that he went to, and they do a fucking, Q&A, and he's like, yeah, and so the second one he goes back to the cabin, because he had such a great fucking time the first time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so he kind of makes fun of the whole idea of it. It's just ridiculous. Like, why the fuck would you go anywhere near that cabin again?
Oh, yeah, and then what's really interesting, so that just reminded me of something about Bruce Campbell. There's that movie with Nick Cage, what's called the Overwhelming, Unbearable, Genius or whatever like that. Like it's basically like where he plays himself as an actor and gets involved in this thing with a drug dealer.
Yeah, that thing it just came out, right? Like recently?
Yeah. It's interesting because I can tell you a movie where they might have got that part of that idea from Bruce Campbell's My Name Is Bruce.
Oh, really?
Which is this guy who's a super big fan of Bruce Campbell goes out and finds this town that's actually his hometown is actually being destroyed by this evil ghost. And he doesn't get that Bruce Campbell is just a fucking actor. So he thinks, Bruce Campbell is really like this, superhero guy who can go save my town. So he goes and finds Bruce Campbell in this, shitty trailer, and Bruce Campbell's like a drunken loser living in this trailer with like no prospects and shit. And ends up like going to the town to like meet all his fans, and then finds out he was supposed to fight the ghost, and ends up fighting the ghost. And it's like, oh, that's almost the same kind of concept, beat for beat, as this overwhelming thing or whatever that Nicolas Cage is doing.
Right.
And it's even funnier if you consider like Nick Cage and Bruce Campbell are very similar, sort of over the top actors. Like half the fun is just watching how bizarre they are,
Yeah. Sorry, Lee Majors was the guy I was thinking of that played his dad.
Yeah, it's very good casting.
Yeah, Lucy Lawless, the chick that played Xena, right?
Yeah, Xena,
Lucy
Warrior
Lawless.
Princess.
Yeah, she plays some character in it. I don't remember her. She doesn't look the same. She's obviously had work done. And she's gotten much older, obviously.
Yeah, but she's still looking pretty fine, if I remember correctly. Last time I saw her, she was looking pretty smoking fucking hot.
Yeah, I think the one picture I've got of her here is not a flattering one, because it just looks like something.
Yeah, they do that. They basically camp out looking for like the worst pictures of people sometimes.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell looks good though in his picture.
Yeah.
His headshot, he's still looking
he
sexy.
still works, like he gets out and he does stuff a lot. I don't know that she does a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that really makes a difference in how quickly you get really, really old looking is whether you just stop or if you just find other things to do to keep like feeling like you need to get like accomplishments and setting goals with other things. Like even if it's just my goal is to grow some really good fucking tomatoes this year. Like it can make a big difference in how quickly you like deteriorate mentally and physically.
Yeah, whether you keep yourself together or not, yeah.
Yeah, because
it is weird how really old people like Bruce Campbell, obviously, Harrison Ford, there's a bunch of like dudes that are in their 60s that look like they're in their fucking early 40s or something. Because they constantly keeping up.
There's a lot of fucking testosterone.
Yeah, a lot of makeup too, I would imagine.
Digital effects, makeup effects, but also a lot of fucking steroids. Because steroids are bad for you if you don't actually need the hormones.
Right.
However, if you're getting up there in years and you're kind of starting to not produce enough hormones to keep yourself together, they're really good for you if they're taken correctly and in the right, the right kinds and the right times and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They make a really, different approach altogether.
Yeah, if you're taking it as the TRT, the replacement therapy, the testosterone replacement therapy or whatever, if you're taking them just so you can, recover quickly from workouts, you're probably taking a lot more than is healthy.
Well, and you may not necessarily be taking the right ones. Oh, dude, there's a fucking... Speaking of steroids, there's apparently a thing that people have figured out how to make hormones for people to do like puberty blockers and be trans and start taking hormone replacement theory. But it's like it's intended for teenagers to be able to make it home in their bathtub.
Wow.
Like
Holy
I
fuck,
think
dude.
that's the kind of thing. I think whoever came up with that and started promoting that should be shot in the face.
Fucking yeah. Or tortured slowly to death. I don't know if they should get off that easily, dude.
Yeah,
I think they should be tortured to death over
in this case, maybe. In this case, maybe. I generally am not a fan of torture, but I genuinely, in this case, maybe, because, hormones can really, really fuck you up. Like, they can increase your odds of cancer, they can weaken your heart, they can do all sorts of shit if you do it wrong.
Yeah. For a dude, it will stop your cock from growing, apparently. I don't know
Well,
if that's
and
hormones.
oh yeah, well
There's something-
I mean, you're going into a whole nother thing here. So, one of the most frustrating things is the lies that they tell about gender reassignment surgery.
Yeah, like saying it's reversible.
Number one, you don't ever want to use puberty blockers because if you don't have the genetic material there, like you haven't gone through puberty and your penis or your vagina hasn't grown into an adult version, they don't have enough physical material to work with to make the other genitalia out of.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, that right there is like a self-defeating sort of thing.
Right.
And then the other one is that it's reversible. That's
like
that's
with
the
no
really
issues.
disgusting one.
Yeah, like well, I mean, you got to be kind of dumb to like not question that, though, right? I mean,
Yeah, but they're
like,
telling
really,
like
you're gonna
15-year-olds, and
cock
13-year-olds, and 12-year-olds. You know, like they're telling your
Yeah.
7-year-old kid that he can go to he can go take hormones and then like get his penis chopped off and turned into a fucking gloved vagina thing. And then he can just turn it around and undo it. He'll be fine, and he can have kids again, and everything's gonna be normal. And
that's some evil shit.
You know, some kid in like junior high or grade school, like, gonna fucking.
Yeah, they're just gonna take them. They're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, if we can get it back. Okay.
Yeah, that's my problem with that.
So many fucking reasons why a kid should not be transitioning.
Yeah, and it really is a thing
God.
that you should do as an adult. Like, you should not do
Yeah.
that until you're fully matured as an adult. Like, probably 25. Is
Yeah,
when
that's-
you should be making that decision.
Yeah,
no.
minimum adult, but yeah, like the actual surgery and all that shit. Well, even the fucking hormones and that, yeah, you should probably be in at least your early 20s before taking any of that. But ideally, yeah, 25, I would say. Again, when the rational part of your brain is fully developed, allegedly. Yeah.
Yeah, 25 is when your brain's fully developed. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's when you should probably.
Like, I feel bad for the, the people that are genuinely trans. Although, again, even them, yeah, it's probably best to wait. Well, for all of them, really, because you never know. But yeah, it's fucked up, man, that they're selling this shit. They don't give a fuck about how it's going to fuck up most of these kids who would probably,
We're probably
again,
gonna end up
vast
committing
majority of
suicide
them.
later.
Yeah, well, that too, but again, a
Like,
majority
a huge
of them.
percentage of these kids are going to kill themselves, like because of these things that happen.
Yeah, and well, think of all the ones that, again, would have naturally gone to be either gay or lesbian, as opposed to actually being genuinely
effeminate
trans.
and straight. You know, like
Yeah,
there's dudes
yeah.
who are just really effeminate dudes that are straight. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Enemies
this
approaching.
is true. But yeah, I mean, again, Jesus Christ, again, it's just an incredibly small number of people that are genuinely trans and genuinely have that dysphoria, and again, a huge percentage of them, again, grow out of it, and like, oh, okay, I thought I wanted to be a woman, but no, I'm just again, I'm just a gay, I'm just like guys, and I'm glad I have a cock or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's gonna fuck up a lot of kids, dude.
Yep. My sister was one of those people who thought they were trans.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, think about that. Again, if she was had been born 10 years later, 15 years later,
Yeah, exactly.
she probably had been transitioning and fucking again realized that no, I'm just whatever, Again, end up just being straight, gay, lesbian, whatever. Yeah, and the fucked up thing is it's still going to take probably, another 10 years of this shit going on before the data comes out to fucking prove that, okay, this was a horrible idea for 99% of these people.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking up these kids like this.
Yep. And by that time, the damage is done, and these kids are going to go off to lead miserable lives. There's a bunch of people right now, like there's a bunch of programs out right now with people that are detransitioning. They've done a lot of talking on YouTube and stuff like that in regards to like how awful it is and like how, oh, I was just on the spectrum of autism. I wasn't actually a trans person, and I was lied to about all these things, and I didn't know any better. So, like, it's already, like, coming out, like, that, you know, all these horrible things that are happening. It's just being kept under the rug still, unfortunately being swept under the rug by the media.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they hate them, dude. The left, the lefty lunatics, anybody that detransitions, dude, they fucking despise those people.
Yeah, well, you're on the shit list forever. Yeah, you're on the shit list forever the second you detransition.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And like, dude, you do not want these people to be fucking happy and like content or whatever. You know, they realize like, oh, hey, maybe I'm nothing.
That they could be whatever they want to be, but apparently they're only allowed to be whatever they want to be as long as it's what you want them to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is so fucking disgusting, man. I do not understand that at all, man.
It's the lie of tolerance. It's the false tolerance that you get from the left right now.
Yeah, the condescending fucking secretly racist or trans tolerance. Yeah.
You used to get a lot of that from the right, but it seems to be from the left now. So it's like...
Yeah, that is really weird how that happens, dude. That pendulum swing, attitude swing. I mean, it's different things that they're intolerant about or whatever, but obviously on one side or the other, whether it's religion or fucking, you know, trans people or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, the intolerance, dude, is... Again, for most of my life, it was the Republicans were the intolerant fucking assholes.
Well, there was that long period where they were like super anti-gay marriage, and like every other day there was another one of them getting a blowjob from a gay hooker in the bathroom and doing meth.
Oh yeah, dude. It was, dude. Yeah, it's pretty much now. Anytime I hear any kind of politician going off about gay people, I'm like, yeah, that guy's fucking dudes. That guy is definitely fucking dudes.
Yeah, it's almost 100% of the time. It's like any time they start talking about
Yeah, like if they're angrily talking about it, they're doing it.
Yep.
If they're just like, well, my religion, you know, against this or whatever, I'm like, okay, maybe not that guy.
I'd be like
he
Nancy Pelosi or fucking Biden are cracking down on insider trading.
That's fucking great. Dude, yeah, that's how Pelosi got so fucking rich, right?
Oh, yeah. Her husband is uncannily good at stock markets.
Yeah.
See, I think one of the problems is we have, and so this is interesting because I don't know if you saw, but like AOC and the one that fucks her brother got themselves arrested at a protest or whatever, like intentionally, like they basically worked it out with the cops because...
Oh, yeah.
One of the things, and this, I don't understand why people are stupid, but, like, I thought it was common knowledge that anybody who holds office is immune to arrest and criminal charges.
Right. Yeah, diplomatic immunity. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah, it's not exactly diplomatic immunity, but it's a similar concept. Yeah.
Yeah, did you see how she was walking with her hands behind her back, like trying to like fucking make it look like she was handcuffed
or whatever? And
then she lifts her other arm.
They fucking can't because you're a fucking congressperson. They don't have any recourse. Like, that was so dumb.
Yeah, like if you murder somebody, obviously you can get arrested. But yeah, if you're just doing some stupid fucking... Oh, really?
No, you cannot be arrested or prosecuted for any crime if you hold office. If you're like a mayor or a governor or a district attorney or a congressman. Here's the way it works, though. So say Alexander AOC, I can't fucking remember her name.
That's fine.
Just fucking stabs somebody in the eye one day. Just fucking murders him in the middle of the road, right? Like, they can't do anything about it then and there. What has to happen is she has to be impeached and removed from office, so then her protections are removed, and then she gets arrested and charged.
Okay, I gotcha.
So they can't do anything until after she's been removed from office, because what you really don't want, and it makes sense if you think about it, you don't want to sit there and have some Democrat sheriff arresting your Republican mayor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he doesn't agree with his policies, or vice versa. You don't want some Republican sheriff going in and arresting
you're right.
the governor of fucking California. Like, it's just, you don't want that. Your whole political system falls apart if that shit starts going on.
Yeah, it's too easily fucking corrupted and misused. Yeah, I hear you.
And so I think what we need to do is we need a better system of rules for what they are and aren't allowed to do when it comes to things like insider trading. And we need an easier and more streamlined process to impeach people when they do break those rules, because they're going to do it.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause, yeah, you can't count on like even if Pelosi, is fucking obviously proven to have done what she's done. That it still takes that district to fucking get her taken out, and if that's super fucking Democratic district, it's probably still gonna keep electing the bitch, you know.
Yeah, I don't understand why people wouldn't want to remove that person from office when they know they're like a liar.
Yeah, no, it's
again. It's just like
it's the reason why I'm hesitant to call myself Republican, Democrat, left, right, whatever. Because I don't want to get into that fucking rut of it's our team, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's you don't want to get involved in that. No. Like there was a bunch of people who are our team, supposedly Republicans, who went along with it, passed these incredibly atrocious red flag laws and gun laws, like that are just absolutely despicable. I mean, you cannot just start taking people's shit without trial. You have to have some sort of fucking criminal. They have to be able to defend themselves from whatever the accusation is, and they should be considered innocent until somebody can prove that they're guilty of something and take away they need to take away their guns.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the whole. Again, it's a big part of our fucking system is that idea of innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, and
again, court of public opinion, you can think they're guilty all you want.
Our constitutional rights, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
On multiple.
Yeah. Again, it can be fucking. Yeah. Again, it can be glaringly obvious to everybody that the person's guilty, but again, still needs to be proven in the court of law and be found guilty in a court of law. But yeah, it's really fucked up to.
There was
people's guns taken away and all that shit.
There is a case that's in front of the Supreme Court right now that might nullify the Americans Firearms Act from like the 40s or whatever, from way back. A thing that basically a lot of gun control is based on might get just nullified not too long from now.
Nice.
And it essentially was a guy bought some guns in New York. The cops came over to harass and intimidate him because he bought guns, and you're not supposed to have guns in New York.
Right.
Essentially, they freaked out because he dropped something and picked it up while they were talking with him, and drew down on the guy. And he said, "Hey, don't tase me. I have a heart condition. It'll kill me. I'm not resisting. I'm not trying to attack you. I just dropped something. Like relax, settle down, guys. You're getting too crazy here." And they took his guns. Based on that, the cop lied and said that he said that he wanted to be tased and killed, like he wanted to die. So they started this whole big long process of pretending that he was suicidal and taking away all his guns. Because ultimately it wasn't about following or enforcing any laws. It was just about they wanted to take away his guns because he wasn't supposed to have guns in New York. You're not allowed to have those. Even though constitutionally you have every right.
Yeah. That's bizarre, dude, because,
and the reason
again, a vast majority
was because, we're not making the guns illegal, but you didn't pay your taxes on this specific type of gun. It's really expensive taxes that there's no way to pay. There's nowhere to take the money to send it to, but you still have to pay it.
Yeah.
So it's like bizarre shit. Yeah, it's essentially like there's the only thing that happens is they use that to come after you and take your guns and put you in jail. Like it's not actually.
Yeah.
You can't pay the taxes. There's nowhere to pay them to. So it's just another way for them to backdoor prevent you from owning certain kinds of guns.
Yeah, dude, it's really bizarre.
So that's probably gonna get thrown out pretty soon. That's probably gonna get completely fucking thrown out. So that's kind of nice.
Right. Yeah, New York's a weird one because a vast majority of the population is obviously in New York City, the 5 boroughs or whatever. But upstate is about as fucking Hicksville fucking redneck as you can get, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hunting and all that shit. So it's, I guess it's just the fact that a vast majority of the population is still in the city, in the city's area there. But
what
dude,
really gets me is the complete lack of understanding that, like, all right, maybe you don't need to go, obviously I'm not talking about, like, rights. I'm just saying maybe you don't need to have a gun because you're going to get attacked by, like, bears or something in like, New York City.
right.
But you don't, that doesn't mean that you should, what do you call it,
restrict the rights of people that live in the fucking
people
states.
that live in Alaska, because people that live in Alaska, they actually need guns because there are fucking bears and they might get fucking killed walking down the street if they don't have a gun.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, and
need the
again,
people in New
like I
York
said,
making laws for Alaska, and that's pretty much what's going on right now. Is, a lot of people who want to make laws for a lot of people that genuinely need those guns for things and aren't abusing them, and it's like, whoa, hey, hold on, guys, like.
Yeah, but again, you don't even have to go to Alaska. You can go upstate New York, and it's still the same concept. There's so many just little hick towns, like the town I lived in until I was like 10, had a population of maybe 1,200 people. And there's a shitload of towns upstate that are like that. They're just these little fucking towns, and where fucking guys like to fucking hunt and fish, do all that kind of shit.
Yeah, outdoors.
But again,
guys.
they're all being they're being obviously. Dictated to by the fucking the assholes in the fucking city, in the New York metro area or whatever.
Yeah.
Where those laws don't make any fucking sense, because again, it might as well be a different fucking country. Like they're two completely different places.
Well, a lot of it is being thrown out because the Supreme Court is basically unilaterally decided that
dismissing all of it.
the standard that they used to use that allowed them to just arbitrarily decide things were like, okay, they just unilaterally changed that back to it has to be in the Constitution or there has to be a very strong, long-standing, so read like 200-year-long tradition of this being banned for a reason.
Yeah. Which doesn't happen anymore.
It's kind of nice that they're doing that because that's basically undoing a lot of the unconstitutional gun laws that have been in place for far too long.
Yeah.
So you're seeing it's kind of nice to see some of what Trump did right playing out in a really positive way.
Yeah. This is true. Yeah, you kind of forget that because towards the end he kind of really tailed off and was trying to please everybody like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me try to please these people that are going to despise me no matter what I do.
And I have not seen evidence, but I have heard people make the accusation that Trump was making money through his son doing investments.
Oh, really?
In a similar way to everybody else's, yeah. Again, I've seen zero evidence to support it, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. It's not like Trump was completely clean. I mean, honestly, for a politician, he was pretty clean.
I mean, it's the same thing every other politician does. So I'm not real like torn up over it. I would rather not have to any of them.
Yeah.
But
because again, he would do shit like when he was doing real estate shit. Like he would like have an agreement to pay whatever amount for this work to be done by a contractor, and then once it's done, he'd be like, "All right, well, I'm paying you fucking 2/3 of what I said I was going to pay you. You can take me to court and end up spending more, or you can just take the 2/3." Like he would do fucked up shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But I think he kind of even curtailed that once he decided he was going to run for office. I think he even did away with doing that kind of shit.
Oh yeah. Well,
I think
we're
he wanted to be
not
squeaky
the
clean.
Trump is amazing bandwagon.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of bullshit out there, but yeah, like I said, it was disappointing because early on, again, he was actually trying to do the shit that he said he was going to do when he ran. And I guess, again, I don't know about you, but I was not used to that from a politician. But yeah, like I said, the first year and a half, it seemed like he was actually really trying to do well. And then like the last two and a half
Well, no, I think Trump did a great job. I think he did what he wanted to. He was trying to make the economy run more efficiently again, so there was actually people making money.
Yeah.
Swing it back towards more capitalism, so there's not as much socialism choking out all like the potential businesses and stuff, and then make himself a bunch of money.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely again, far better than any fucking president that I could remember, dude.
Yeah.
He didn't start any fucking wars, which that was the first time that had happened.
Which is
since
really
what?
nice. Yeah, that is actually really nice and not normal. Like, that's not usually how that works.
I think Carter was probably the last president that didn't do that.
Yep.
Maybe not even him now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah, it's,
yeah, I don't remember exactly which
Bush.
president was the last one to do it, but it definitely has been a long time since it's been the case.
Yeah. Well, that was nice, and again, he did a lot of good, but yeah, like I said, towards the end, he kind of tailed off and seemed to want to please everybody, which maybe he just gave up. Maybe he got tired
when
of
he was getting shifty and starting to try to make some money off the whole thing, and looking at I may not get a second term because they're going to rig it. Like he knew they were rigging the election, so.
Yeah. Plus, I think he just knew.
Might as well take some money on my way out the door.
Yeah, he might have been, again, because he definitely did seem like he was trying to be a genuinely good president and do a genuinely good job. And I'm sure, at some point he was like, all right, these fucking Democrat assholes are not going to fucking play ball. Even if it's good for the country, they're going to go against me no matter what I fucking do. So fuck this, I'll make some money.
Yep.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
His son is just really good at investing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a possibility.
I like I said, I don't have any confirmation that anything was done illicitly or in the same sort of vein of, Biden telling his son that there's going to be regulations passed on this, that, or the other, so invest in that,
Yeah. Didn't he have ties? Dude, I still cannot believe that he Biden pulled oil from strategic reserves and sold like 1 billion barrels or something to China?
Yeah, sold most of it to China.
Dude, how was that? Dude, I don't understand how that doesn't create a fucking uproar.
Nobody knows because it's not being reported.
Yeah, the mainstream media is not fucking reporting it at all.
Yeah.
But that's so fucking disgusting. Like, again, not helping us at all in that case.
Yeah,
I think they said his son had ties to the...
bringing all this oil out of the reserves in order to what do you call it?
Bringing the price down to oil.
Bring the price down for
gas.
people that are struggling to survive, and you turn around and fuck them all over by just selling it to China instead.
Dude, I feel like that's an impeachable offense if I've ever fucking heard one.
They're trying right now to basically just give all our energy production to China. So that we don't use gas, we use like batteries and electricity, and it all comes from China. They're genuinely trying to do that right now. Basically, put China in charge of our power grid.
Yeah, that's fucking so disgusting, dude.
Well, it's blatant treason, in my opinion.
Yeah. Biden. Well, I mean, before he even got in office, we knew that Biden was pretty fucking corrupt. Again, dude, I still can't believe that nobody cares. Yeah, what do they call it? Quid pro Joe? That's a pretty appropriate one.
I believe most people don't care. I think that the majority of the lies are coming from social media silencing people and making it look as though their opinions are the most popular.
Yeah.
Well, I think that in reality, their opinions are the least popular, and if they weren't fucking with the numbers, that you would see overwhelming support for people like Trump and very, very little support for someone like Biden.
Yeah.
I think that the election probably would have seen Biden, if they hadn't fucked with it, would have seen Biden losing
by a landslide.
Yeah, at least like he would have gotten at least 50% of the amount of votes that Trump would have. Like, I think he would have lost 2-1 in most cases.
Yeah. No, again, it's, I don't know if you remember, but on election night, he was winning, dude. Again, he didn't start losing until all those
Trump
was
not only winning on election night, he was winning by an insanely high margin.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
an
and then
unbeatable
again,
margin, the kind that you're not normally supposed to be able to overcome.
Yeah, yeah, and they count the fucking the mail-in ballots, and 99%.
Yeah, the mail-in ballots that they had hidden under tables and had to ship in at like 4 a.m. in vans while they pretended that their offices were flooded, so they could kick all the news people out.
Yep. Yeah, because it was funny. Because I remember there was a fucking a press conference. I can't remember. It was Pennsylvania or Ohio, one of the swing states, right? And the guy at the press conference or whatever who was talking at the press conference was reading off the numbers, and he's like, "Yeah, so there were 579,000 mail-in ballots for Biden, and there was 6,200 for Trump." And everybody in the room started laughing because it was so utterly ridiculous. Again, nothing fucking happened from it. You know what I mean? Like, it was obviously a fucking
The
fake.
Supreme Court basically just went along with it. They were like, all right, you guys rigged it, so you win.
Yeah. Again, it was so, impossible. Well, not impossible, but all but impossible.
I wonder if the proper response is going to happen this year, because I know there was the January 6th thing where it was like, this is the insurrection. I hope if they rig the elections again this year that people take up arms and actually just shoot them.
Yeah, I mean, what other recourse do you have at that point?
There is no other potential. There is no other option. At that
the
point,
courts aren't going to fix
the
it.
option of submit to the fucking tyranny that's not popular, that's not being backed by the people, or kill them.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that people are like on that second page now where they're like, all right, well, if they're going to rig the elections, then we just have to put them down. Like they're tyrants and they have to be. That's what the Second Amendment is. We're going to use it.
Yeah, because again, our democracy it's on fucking life support at this point, man.
Yeah.
So another
It's
fucking
really
election
bad
like
because
that.
it's not only the Democrats, it's the Republicans too. Like they went along with it in a lot of cases.
Yeah, no, that's the weird part. But yeah, they're again, the shit that the Republicans and Democrats put out as important or whatever is kind of bullshit. It's all this shit about race, fucking religion, fucking sexuality or whatever. It's a bunch of shit that, again, really shouldn't be all that important and shouldn't matter all that much. But it keeps people distracted from, it keeps people fighting and not uniting, for one thing. And again, keeps them distracted with how bad they're getting fucked on everything else. How bad corporations rule everything, how many rights are being taken away, So again, they don't want you paying attention. So again, they're encouraging people to fight over stupid shit like you're white or black, brown, whatever, gay, straight, bi, trans, all that stupid shit that should be, again, not all that important. Again, just be tolerated or whatever. But yeah, they have this, obviously the media plays it up. So they try to make this shit seem really important and worth fucking arguing about for some reason. We don't notice that corporations, all that shit, because at this point these political families, I guess, like the fucking the Bushes, the Clintons, they're basically organized crime. Like they really do operate a lot like organized crime, more effectively because again they're part of the fucking government. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I feel fucking stupid because I was such a big fan of the fucking Clintons back in the day.
Oh yeah, so was I. I was super into the Clintons. I was really, really big in Obama's first term. I was super, super behind Obama.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
He basically had, he had a stack, the cards stacked all on his side. And he was talking about, let's clean it up. Let's get rid of all these corrupt people and start actually making laws for the citizens. And then he just didn't do it.
Yeah, he talked about it. Yeah, and it was the same as business as usual the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
In fact, no, actually, no, it's not even that. It's worse. Like race relations from the time he took office to the time he left office, way fucking worse. You know what I mean? Like I thought again, I was so hopeful because I'm like I honestly didn't think we'd elect a black president in my lifetime. And then it happened, so I was so fucking hopeful. I'm like, all right, so you know, the country's not all that racist or whatever. Which I still honestly nowadays I don't think it really is.
No, there's very little racism in this country. Extremely, very small amount of racism. It's not at all a big problem.
I think race relations were worse by the end of his presidency.
Every single hate crime that's been reported in the last 5 years has been faked.
Yeah, all fucking hoaxes.
Every single one of them. Every single one has been debunked. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that's why again the Matt and Blonde show or whatever, fucking weekly they have a hoax hate crime of the week because it's that fucking often that a fucking hoax happened.
One of the other problems is that not only are the hate crimes faked, but they're never ever corrected in anywhere near the same manner as they were pointed out.
Yeah.
So there's 40 pages in the New York Times on this one crime, and then when it's proved to be a fake, it's one tiny little pinky nail size fucking article in the very back of the paper, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes the headlines when it's reported, and then when it's proven false,
I think retractions. The last page. I would love to see a law that makes retractions be published in the same manner as the original article.
Yeah.
So if you made a big thing on the front page, the very front page of the next paper you put out when you find out that wasn't true, has to be the retraction taking exactly the same amount of space.
Yeah, that would be fucking great. But that's the thing.
I mean, can you imagine
how much better that would
be?
Yeah, that's why they say a lie is fucking gone around the world 3 times before the fucking truth can even start.
Yeah, before the truth gets out the door.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody, well, not nobody, but again, a vast majority of people, again, a lot of them don't even see the fucking,
Oh yeah,
that turned out not to be
people
true.
Ever see the retractions? That's a big part of the problem.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking ridiculous, dude. But yeah, that would be a great idea. You got to put that shit in the fucking headlines, just like you put the fucking that's reporting the hoax crime to begin with. Yeah, and those people should fucking face again the same punishment. Again, if you fucking accuse somebody of rape and it's proven to be malicious. And
or it's
false.
Proven to be false, you absolutely were not.
You knowingly accuse somebody of something they didn't do. If you're able to prove that, you should be. I'm totally fine with them being fucking serving the same fucking sentence.
And to be clear, it shouldn't be a case of you filed a complaint with the police and then followed it up with a rape kit, and the person ended up winning in court.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You don't do anything?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
That. But if it comes out a week down the road, somebody's got you on video on their cell phone, you laughing about how you fucking ruined the guy's life, you'll never fuck me over again.
No, the burden of proof. Yeah, the burden of proof should be really high. You have to prove that. You have to be able to prove that they, Yeah, it's different if there's just not enough evidence to convict somebody, and the rape, you don't really know that the rape did or didn't happen. But when it's obvious it didn't, and that you're just doing it for malice for whatever reason, in that case, you should serve the same fucking sentence.
100%. Whatever sentence, you should get the maximum of whatever they were facing.
Yeah.
So if it was 5 to 15, you get 15.
Mm-hmm. That would certainly deter a lot of fucking bullshit.
Of the act, because I believe it's even more egregious that you potentially put your own selfish whim ahead of the freedom of another person like that.
Yeah, your pettiness and spitefulness just to fucking fuck over a guy because he fucked you and didn't want a relationship, and you did. Or didn't want to fuck you again.
That was like the regret accusations. Or like your daddy found out and he's mad at you and you don't know if you're claiming raped you instead of that you just had sex with your boyfriend, you know?
Yeah.
Who's there?
Yeah, or do you remember? Fuck, what was the name of that movie with? It was Charlie Sheen and I think his dad. I think it was Martin Sheen, where they were in the army. Cadence, I think maybe. But basically, there's a black dude that was in there in the brig with Charlie Sheen, and basically he's telling him, he's like, yeah, well, they were over in France or whatever, and I was, getting on with this bitch, this fine Fraulein or whatever in French, and then her husband walked in. So basically, it was totally consensual, but because she got busted fucking a black dude, she claimed that he was raping her.
Yeah.
Which, like, obviously, that was a period piece set, way back, like, by World War II or something.
Well, but that kind of shit happened for,
Yeah. I think it happened with Mike Tyson. I don't think he raped that bitch at all. I think she got found out, and her dad was like a reverend or something. So she's like, all right, well, I'm going to accuse her of rape. Oh, yeah, dude.
Damn, that's kind of fucked up. All right, well, you know what? I will reconsider
here's the
Tyson,
thing,
because I always thought of Tyson as like a piece of shit rapist.
Yeah, I don't think he did, dude. Again, for one thing, if you're raping somebody, how often does a dude go down on a bitch that he's raping?
Oh, okay. He didn't rape her.
Yeah, no, I don't think he did at all. I think, again, especially that whole, my dad's a minister or reverend or whatever the fuck he was, I think that was a big part of it. I think he
found out.
Got found out, and instead of fucking fessing up and saying, hey, daddy, I'm a whore.
Didn't want to face the
she's
consequences.
Like, he raped
I mean,
me.
you're not a whore because you slept with some famous guy. Come on.
Yeah, I guess, dude. But again, that's the way it would be viewed by a fucking Baptist minister.
Yeah, by a Baptist minister, that's true.
Yeah.
I look at that one as like, it's if you're, you occasionally go out and you have sex with somebody, that's not being a whore.
Yeah.
If you're regularly going and getting railed by the fucking the Chicago Bears defensive line every weekend,
right.
Then you're a fucking whore. One of the guys I know in Discord or in karaoke in Discord was he was super into this girl he used to work with until he found out that she was super fucking bragging about banging 5 dudes in a day.
Oh,
and he was just I'm out. That's fucking gross. Right. I want nothing to do with it. I ain't interested in whatever disease this bitch got.
Yeah.
I was like,
even a dude fucking chicks that much. It's like, dude, what the fuck, dude? That's like a weird compulsive action. You know what I mean?
In one day. That's weird.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like an orgy. That would be less weird to me. If it was all at once, it was 5 throughout the day, different guys. I asked because I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Because that might
that
be
is
weird, but
cool.
hey, whatever. If I had a chance to bang 4 chicks, I'd absolutely take it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they were 4 hideous women, it'd just be I got 4 chicks at once. Fuck you.
Yeah, what they look like doesn't matter. You nailed 4 chicks at once. You're doing something right. You're doing something okay, I guess. But yeah, having a chick that's literally fucking having all holes filled, jerking off guys with their 2 free hands. Yeah, that's a little different. It's pretty gross still, but yeah, it's way different than having 5 different dudes in 5 different instances fucking you in one day.
Yeah, one is a lot grosser than the other.
Yeah.
One is a potential career.
Right. You film that shit, you'll be rich.
Yeah.
Maybe not nowadays with the way porn works, but...
Oh, poor women. They can't be whores for money as easily anymore.
Yeah. They have to do an OnlyFans.
Between men and women at this point when it comes to dating and stuff. Holy shit.
It really is a fucking minefield.
Yeah, well, they've done tests and they've found that There's women that think that they should be dating that are like twos that will absolutely not settle for anything less than a 6'1" guy who makes $500,000 a year.
Yeah, it's like 10% of the dudes are
woman,
fucking
like,
90% of the women.
And like you look at this woman and she's incredibly ugly, just not even like not attractive, but just like ugly, and you're like,
yeah.
And
now, if you ever look
turning
through
guys down that are like way better looking than you are.
Yeah. No, I've seen it where like fucking in the personals and shit, they'll put down like, yeah, I'm a BBW of 300 plus pounds. I want a young, athletic guy with a huge cock. You know, like they'll be fucking total fucking messes. But they're going for like that top like 5-10% of dudes.
And
dudes,
to be fair, I don't think.
Fuck them.
Hold on. I don't think 10% of the dudes are fucking 90% of the women. I think a lot of these women just get nothing. And everybody just assumes that they get laid because they're women, but I think a lot of these women end up not getting laid at all.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that may be true for some, but the girls are, again, there's no longer, especially the younger girls, there's no longer really that taboo of just fucking guys, you know, different dudes from one day to the next. Like, they don't feel any shame about that kind of shit anymore. So, yeah, they're going to get fucked by the Chad types.
No, I think those Chad types get better women more often than you would think. And then a lot of these girls just tell stories.
Yeah, it could be.
Dude, how many dudes did you know in high school who were making up all sorts of bullshit about getting laid that were not getting laid?
Dude.
I think you're seeing the same thing with chicks. I think that there's a lot of these chicks who are just saying that they're getting laid, but they're not, and they're just they refuse to accept that, like, if they want to have a real relationship, that it's going to have to be with somebody that's in their actual range.
Like, you know, that's why I like the Taylor the Fiend guy. I love listening to him bringing up all these fucking bitches, dude. All these videos of these chicks that are just so fucking delusional and fucking retarded.
Oh yeah, some of those like the women dating rules or something like that. Some of that stuff gets real fucking weird, doesn't it?
Yeah. Although again, they quote those stats, dude. Again, the ones that are deemed attractive, it's like fucking something like 75% of women on those apps, and then it's like 12% of men, or some crazy shit like that. Like the swipe right or swipe left or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah. Well, remember there was the what was that case? The one where it was like the whole point of the website was to find people to cheat on.
Yeah. Oh, the Ashley Madison.
Yeah. That one where like. That was the one that was the most egregious of all of them. Like, it turned out like that there were almost no actual women on the site at all. Like, there was like one woman for every 100 men or something.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Like 99% of the fucking female profiles on the site were all just made by the company and fake.
Yeah, Jesus, dude. Yeah, I guess I understand why they do it, but yeah, it's still fucked up, man.
It should be illegal. Like, you shouldn't be able to advertise your site with people that don't exist.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty blatant fraud, so it's pretty gross.
Yeah, they should definitely. Is that site still in use? Ashley Madison? That's still out there?
As far as I know. Yeah. I mean, I doubt there's that many men using it anymore.
Right.
But there were a few women on there, just, you know, getting sugar daddies and being the other woman in a relationship. But unsurprisingly, it was not as popular as they tried to let it on that it was.
Kind of like Twitter with their bots.
Yeah. Well, that's why Elon backed out. Obviously, he's like, well, if 40% of your fucking users are not real, then this isn't worth anything to me. You know, this is not something I can't make money off of this, and you lied about your business.
Yeah, dude, it's real funny that they wanted to block him out from getting it at first, and now they're trying to sue him for for backing out of the agreement.
Now that you know, Twitter's stock fucking plummeted the second he took his hand off of it.
Yeah.
It said, I'm done.
But it's their own fucking fault for being so fucking fraudulent, dude.
Oh, 100%. And in fact, I think that that's what it's gonna be in the end. I don't think they're gonna get anything out of Elon Musk. I don't think they'll get any money, any penalties against him at all.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm interested in buying this business and this is what I'll offer you, provided that everything you're saying right now is true. And then when I further investigated your business, it was all a bunch of fucking hocus pocus, then there's no reason why he should be forced to buy it. You know, they tried to defraud him and failed at it. Why would he be somehow punishable for that? That makes no sense.
Yeah, for their fraud. Yeah. And I guarantee you that you'd have he must have had something. I'm sure he has lawyers that are good enough at that shit.
Oh, yeah.
that would have that.
Somebody like Elon Musk is a fucking phalanx of lawyers.
Yeah.
Or phalanx, or however you say it.
There's got to be something there. Yeah, phalanx. Close enough. I knew what you meant. But yeah, I'm sure he had something in there that says, all right, well, if anything, proves fraudulent, probably mentioning bots specifically, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he said. I'm sure if that goes into court, that the thing is, Twitter, if they want to take it all the way to actual court, it's going to have to disclose a lot of information publicly that they maybe don't want to disclose, and might be disastrous for their business at this point. So it may never get to court even.
Yeah, their advertising will end up being like 10% of what they're getting now.
Because there's only like 10% of a market that they actually appeal to,
Yeah. It'd be interesting to find out exactly what percentage, because it's, again, would it really surprise you if you found out like 50 to 60% of it was bots? I wouldn't be that surprised.
50 to 60% would be a surprise. I think between 30 and 40% is what the real number is going to be.
Yeah. I mean, not much of a surprise, though, right? I mean, that's a little high.
That wouldn't be like super surprising if it was 50 to 60%.
Yeah, not shocking.
I knew there was at least 30 or 40% of the users were fake. I didn't realize, kind of
more
blown
than
away
half.
that like 50 or 60 were, but not that surprised.
Yeah, it's not like a shocking number. It would be like, wow, that was even worse than I thought. But yeah, if it's like 90%, obviously that would be pretty fucking shocking. But yeah, either way, it's there's a lot of that shit, and he obviously had plenty of reason to back out of that shit. But yeah, and again, they'll probably talk big and do nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna you can't do that, and then they're like, okay, let's go to court, and you disclose all the actual fucking how many bots you guys have out there. All right, never mind, you can go on your way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be about how it goes.
Yeah, Elon Musk didn't get that fucking wealthy by being a fucking idiot.
Well, and I don't think it was that surprising that he ended up not buying the company. I think that was kind of, at least I kind of I had a feeling that was going to fall through. Like that was.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he'll fucking pull out, let the stock go super low, and he's like, all right, now I'll buy it for a tenth of what I offered originally.
Yeah.
That would be some funny shit. Yeah, I'm no fan of Elon, but I'd respect that, dude. I'd be like, that was pretty badass. You fucking destroyed that company.
Oh yeah.
And now you bought it for a tenth of what you were originally offering.
I'm not a fan of Elon's business, but I'm certainly a fan of his quixotic approach at like fucking with people.
Yeah.
He's extremely good at just really, really fucking people up.
Yeah. He's a bit of a shitlord himself, dude. Yeah.
Well, and homie smokes a little weed now and again. He moved into one of his fucking tiny houses. So like Elon Musk isn't living in some big ass mansion. He's literally just fucking chilling out in a tiny house right now.
Nice.
I mean, he's probably got a personal chef that like lives in the fucking like somewhere nearby that like brings his food to him every day. But still, like.
Right. Yeah, he's at least playing at that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Good for that guy.
Good for Elon Musk. And hey, you know what? Twitter's pretty well fucked at this point, so he wins. We all win.
Yeah. Twitter getting fucked is definitely good for everyone. I mean, besides Twitter, obviously, but fuck those guys.
Oh,
They're
you're on.
fucking horrible.
God, you know, like, sometimes your jaw clicks? Like it pops
Oh,
and
yeah.
clicks and your joints aren't smooth for some reason?
Oh yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
starting around lunchtime today, my jaw has just been like snap, crackle, pop, like a bowl of Rice Krispies.
Yeesh.
And I don't know
It's
why.
weird.
Like, there's
Is
no
it, like,
reason
painful
for it.
or
No, not at all.
is it painful or no? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I get that pop, but it doesn't really like hurt or anything. It just
Yeah.
it's
But it's been
unnerving.
doing it like
It doesn't hurt,
like,
but it's unnerving, right?
Yeah, but every it's like
freaks me out.
both sides are popping like all the time now for some reason. I'm like, man, I wonder if I slept on it funny or something.
Right.
'Cause I tend to sleep
Now
on
you
my
can-
stomach, you know, with my
All
head
right.
turned to the side, and I wonder if maybe I just rested my fucking chin weird or something.
Yeah, it could happen. Yeah, it's usually your neck that gets fucked up, but yeah, it could fuck up your jaw, I would imagine.
I'm wondering.
God damn, dude. I can't remember if this was after last week's show or not, but dude, I had this fucking tooth pain like about a week ago. That was the most intense fucking pain that I've experienced, because again, I hurt every day because of my back and shit.
Yeah.
But dude, it was right up there with kidney stones
Damn.
as far as the pain, dude, and it was so fucking unbearable. And I was like texting my son about it.
Tooth pain can really fuck you up. Like, yeah, I've had like abscesses and shit,
Right.
and I've had teeth that have broken in half.
Right, yeah.
So like,
Ooh.
I've definitely. I would never question somebody's like, oh my god, that hurts so fucking much tooth pain thing. 'Cause,
Right.
like, I've
Yeah.
fucking been there, dude. It is no
it's-
fucking joke.
And it goes all the way, like, it's not like it's just localized to just your tooth there. Like, it goes throughout your whole fucking jaw. Like, it was my whole right jaw, my lower right jaw. Like, that whole area was just fucking killing me, dude. Or at least through the gums, anyway. Maybe not really into my jaw. But anyways, so I was texting my son about it, and he's like, Ambisol, get the Ambisol. It works wonders. And I'm like, all right. So, yeah, I go to the store, I get the Ambisol, the liquid, the good shit. And I put that on there, and I'm swirling it around in my mouth and shit. And, oh, wait, I think I did mention this last week. Yeah, it literally, the whole left side of my fucking lower jaw and everything was just totally numb. So it went from being the most intense pain ever to like 5 minutes later not feeling a goddamn thing.
Yes, Ambisol is exceptionally good.
Yeah, it's like liquid cocaine, I would imagine. Or damn close to it. It's got the lidocaine.
I believe it's benzocaine.
Benzocaine, yeah, that is it. It says oral pain reliever, benzocaine 20%. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is very similar to cocaine. Yeah.
Yeah, it numbs you the same way. It literally felt like the same as if I had rubbed fucking coke all over my fucking, my gums and shit. Probably more so, honestly.
Allegedly in Minecraft, if somebody were to be selling
Right.
drugs at some point.
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, I haven't done coke a lot. Well, never. But this guy I knew, yeah, he'd done it a few times. And then, like, at least one of the times, you feel obligated to rub it on your gums because you've seen it so many times in movies and shit.
And you're like, well, I mean, they do it in the movies.
I'm supposed to do this, right?
Like, this is how it works, right? That makes sense.
Oh, God. Yeah, dude, the worst part is the shit running down your fucking, my friend's throat, and it numbs you up, and you like feel like you're almost, not like choking, but you can't feel your throat anymore. So it feels weird when you swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not a big,
Well,
this
not
guy
when
was
you
not
swallow,
a big
when
fan.
he swallowed, that guy.
Yeah, when my friend, that degenerate guy that tried coke a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, I
he really-
never did anything but weed and LSD and alcohol.
Yeah, it's
smoking.
it's
Smoking.
not
I
something.
stayed out of all the hard shit. I mean, like a little LSD, some fucking cigarettes, and some
LSD's
pot.
pretty hard, dude.
True,
LSD's pretty fucking
true.
intense, dude.
I suppose.
But no, yeah, coke
I
for
think
me.
of,
I think
of hard stuff is like meth.
Yeah,
Meth
I
and
got
cocaine
you.
and heroin
Yeah.
are like the hard drugs, like
Yeah.
ecstasy.
No, meth and heroin for sure. I mean, for me, cocaine was like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, people get addicted to this shit. But again, it's not my type of thing. I'm a downer guy, so like, and again, with me almost certainly having ADD or ADHD, it had like I felt like really calm, and I'm numb and calm it didn't have that amp effect for me because, again, when I've taken prescription diet pills or, done coke, none of it made me feel amped up. Caffeine doesn't make me feel amped up. Almost all of it almost makes me like just more focused and almost more relaxed. So I'm pretty sure, again, never been diagnosed with that shit, but speed has the opposite effect on me. So I'm pretty sure I got that shit.
I think that's one of the things they prescribe to AD&D.
Yeah,
all
that's...
the time is just synthetic speed.
Yeah, Ritalin is essentially speed. Yeah. Yeah, because again, it has the opposite effect. Because I remember I was taking a diet pill one time, and like if I'm watching TV or something and there's commercials, anytime the commercial comes on, I'm flipping through the channels watching other shit. And basically, I'd taken it, and the movie Maverick was on, the one with Mel Gibson and who else was there? James Garner. Who was the chick? Foster, Jodie Foster, I think. But anyway. Okay, like, it's a decent movie. It's a good movie. But basically, I was on that shit, and I watched it, and it was on like, PBS or somewhere where there's commercials. And basically, when the commercials came on, I didn't change the channel. I watched the movie all the way through, commercials and all, without changing the channel.
Oh, you're not one of those people that watches stuff on the commercials and then changes back to the original show? Because I used to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
I would watch
constantly.
like the show, and then
I think it's pointless to watch
on,
commercials.
And I'd be like, all right, well, I'll just watch something else for a minute.
Yeah. But when I was on that, I had no desire to do that for some reason, and I just watched it, commercials and all the way through.
Oh wow.
Again, that has never happened before or since.
It was a very drastic difference.
Yeah.
Between
and I could also had no problem eating on the fucking diet, the prescription diet pills, which again are just speed. In case anybody's not familiar.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how well I do with these shakes and meal replacement bars. Because their idea of a replacement meal is 200 calories, and I'm like, that's not going to hold me.
Yeah, what? Dude, 200? That's nothing.
No, it's 400 is a meal. Like that. I mean, maybe it's not like the biggest meal you ever had, but it's a meal.
But it's adequate again for moderate activity.
Yeah, and so I got keto slim fast, some sort of vegan shit.
Yeah.
And some other stuff that was like keto stuff for bars. And one that was a vegan thing. So I'm trying out like the keto and the vegan options because none of them have sugar, like at all.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't. There's no sugar in any of the stuff. Because I was like, 90% of the meal replacement stuff is literally just, we'll just eat a whole bunch of sugar, you're gonna be fine. And it's like, well, you're not really doing any. You're kind of fucking yourself over when you do that. It's not really healthy for you.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's what I think.
But I'm gonna try it out and see how it works.
Yeah. Good luck with that, man.
Starting Saturday. Yeah, I figure I'll have like a nice, like a burger for lunch and maybe some like Mexican for dinner, and then I'll go to fucking Shakes for breakfast and lunch the next day.
Yeah, and obviously you can pull out of it anytime you want, so it's not like you're obligated to do anything.
Absolutely, I'm not locked in.
Yeah.
But I would like to lose some weight. Great. I would like to lose weight. Yeah. I would like to lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, I should probably do that too. My problem is I don't have like a desire to extend my existence at all. Because it kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like I'm always in pain and fucking, you know what I mean? Like life kind of sucks. Although I was never really afraid of death or anything. But anyways, it's kind of a tough thing because like if I work out and obviously I would lose weight and most likely in that situation I would feel better.
But you would live longer.
I should kind of do it just for that. Yeah, I don't really care to live longer. But while I'm here, I should probably do some exercise so I just, I feel better while I'm here. Like I think I do enough bad shit that I'm not going to live particularly long anyway, whether I work out or not. So I should probably start at least working out and losing weight just so I feel better. So it's not. So maybe it's just my back that hurts, and not my back and my knees and my fucking ankles.
Yeah.
I probably won't. We'll see. My son hasn't been because I'll usually go to the gym when he goes to the gym, but with the dog, with his new puppy, he's like not going to the gym at all right now. At least because he wants to be home with his, taking care of his puppy as much as he can. But yeah, as soon as he starts going back, I'm sure I'll start going back with him.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I just want to lose weight because it's less painful when you're not as heavy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of my thought too.
You feel better. You have more energy. You get to, you can do more stuff with your day.
Yeah.
So it's like,
sure.
I'd rather, even though maybe it extends my existence more than I might want, I at least.
Yeah, at least it's a little less. Yeah, it's less unpleasant. Even if you do live longer, it's at least less unpleasant. Every fucking day.
Damn straight. Damn Skippy.
Yeah. Dude, I wish they'd fucking Discord could take bigger files, dude, because I have video. Well, I'd probably just be annoying you guys with the video of the fucking puppy. But, yeah.
Well, we all have the option to not watch. It's not like...
But yeah, I call him my grandpup, so he's like my little
There's no
fucking...
compulsion to watch it just because you posted it, for us at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's only I tried to take one that was 7 or 8 seconds, and I'm like, this should be alright. And I'm like, nope, that's over 8 megs. I'm like, Jesus, dude. Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh, okay. But yeah, he's a cute little pupper. He's adorable.
There are video compressor websites where you just go and it compresses to 8 megs for Discord.
Oh, no shit.
It doesn't necessarily work with every video. I don't know why one video will work and another won't. So, I'm just telling you, I know there are sites out there that will do it, and most of the time they seem to work just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to give that a shot. Oof. Yeah, literally, I'll find myself, basically, if I'm bringing my son to work, I'll get there 20 or 30 minutes early just so I can play with the puppy.
Play with the puppy,
dude. Okay, we had a golden
puppies
retriever.
Are pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're fucking adorable. We had a golden retriever once. Shortly after we moved here from New York, we got one a few years after. It was golden retriever, half golden retriever, half mutt. We knew this family that bred them, and then one of the golden retrievers got knocked up by some mutt instead of another golden retriever. But it basically was just a short-haired golden retriever. It looked just like a fucking golden retriever. Anyways, what I used to do with the dog is I would play around and they try to bite you and all that kind of shit, and you're kind of pushing their face or whatever. They come back trying to bite you. But I would do that with that dog, and I would literally push him and he'd come back to bite. I would stick my forearm out. He would get his mouth around my forearm, but would never bite down hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knew not to do that. All right, and this puppy does essentially the same thing. He's constantly wanting to bite, but when he gets right on your, he's not big enough to get around my forearm yet, but just around my hand or my finger, he will not bite down. So I'm it's kind of weird. I'm is that trained into him somehow? It seems like they know not to do that. Yeah, it's fucking
puppies
crazy.
normally play by biting each other, right? Biting each other, and dogs will bite each other all the time.
Yeah.
So I would
but
assume
he's not
that
even...
there's an instinctive response to putting your teeth on something that you want to eat versus putting your teeth on something you're playing with. There's a difference in the way you instinctively respond to those two different stimuli.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was learned, and the older dog was full grown or whatever at that time. But yeah, this little puppy does the same thing. He'll bite, but as soon as he touches the skin, he stops. He doesn't bite down as hard as he can. There's just little
Yeah.
sharp little fucking teeth on those dogs. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. I'm like, is that really like genetic somehow? That they know not to fucking do that? I thought that was crazy, dude. Yeah, or the older dog that I used to have. If I had my like a towel wrapped around my hand and I did that, he would bite down hard.
Oh, okay.
Know
So
what I
it's
mean?
not all dogs.
Yeah, so like if he knew it wasn't gonna hurt me, if I had my hand wrapped in something, he would bite down hard, knowing he's not gonna hurt me. But if it was my bare forearm, he would get in his mouth and he'd bite down until he felt skin, but he wouldn't bite down hard. Hey, Samaj, what's up?
Hey, I'm back.
Yo.
Yeah,
The Cobra
Welcome back.
exile.
Your,
My
snack
bite
foods?
is death.
yeah.
No,
Cat
no, cat food. Yeah, I did get that, and I see you guys are still talking about bitches. So.
No, it's a boy. They're both boy dogs, but yeah.
No,
close
okay.
enough.
Well, it's dogs, so I'm like, okay, yeah, clearly it's
Close enough.
close enough.
I mean, at least we're talking about dogs. We could be having a worse conversation, and women could be involved.
I suppose. I mean,
Can you imagine if that was serious? That'd be...
well, if you guys
So
were talking
terrible.
about, well, it's like you're talking about women and biting. I'm like, well, are you? Like, I have to shudder to think. Like, are you guys talking about black women? 'Cause it doesn't help. I saw a video not too long ago of a black woman being arrested at like a Walmart, and she literally bites the cop, and the cop like just reflexes punched her right in the face.
Good.
And
I
I-
hope he
Yeah,
broke
dude.
all of her teeth.
And everyone was thinking, "Oh God, he's gonna get in trouble for that, isn't he? He's gonna be reprimanded or something." Nah, he's fine. He's fine. The video was like, "Yeah, clearly this woman is crazy. She
Yeah.
literally
Yeah,
bit
you
a cop."
bite someone? You're an adult biting another fucking adult? Yeah,
And it's not
yeah,
in a
you're
weird
lucky all
sex
got was
way.
punch in the
If
fucking
it was
face.
in a sex way where like, it wasn't really a hard bite, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's kind of kinky." Sure, but yeah, like an adult just like literally attacking somebody by biting them with your teeth. That's a little fucking weird.
Yeah, and you're biting a cop. You know, if you're the type of person fucking crazy enough to bite somebody, you're biting with full force when you're biting that cop. So,
Oh, yeah.
what other reaction would you possibly have other than punching that bitch in the face, dude?
Well, and
Yeah.
what other response should you have? Because that is exactly what
Yeah.
you should do. Like there's no question in my mind, at least.
Yeah, I don't think you even have to think about it. I think that's a fucking literally like a reflex. You're gonna, somebody bites you, you're going to punch them as close to the bite where the bite's coming from as possible, and get them the fuck off of you.
Exactly.
Well,
100%.
and it
Even
doesn't
if you're
help.
thinking about it, yeah, totally justified.
Like it doesn't help the stereotype when like if you're a black woman and you're literally gonna bite a cop, like if you're not helping things. I mean, when people want to say
Yeah.
awful things about black people, it's actions like that gives them justification for doing so.
Gives them more fuel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
it's like if you want to stop that, like I don't know, but it's not
Yeah.
it's not an isolated incident. There's more videos like that all over the internet. So, like, what you do with that kind of stuff, I don't know. It kind of tells you the problems that play in the
it's-
community.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
And if it's
It
and
seems
you
to be,
think-
and yeah, you start throwing around numbers like 13% and 50%, that kind of shit.
Well, and this is what they do when they're getting arrested by a cop. Imagine what they do to their men.
Yeah, right.
It's like
I
I
suppose
would-
there's a bunch of guys that are lucky that they haven't gotten their cocks bit off.
I mean, yeah, so far, who knows?
That we know of. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, I assume that would be kept very hush hush if it happened to any to a guy.
well, or it's like Sharon.
Like, you want that
Osbourne.
bitch arrested and all, but you're not going to advertise that fucking, trial.
Or maybe you'd have like Sharon Osbourne on The View, who's just sort of making jokes and talking about how fucking hilarious it is. Like she did to that one guy who had his dick cut off, and the woman that did it put it in the garbage disposal and turned it on.
Damn, dude.
Oh yeah.
Sharon
So,
Osbourne's fucking nuts, dude.
and she's like, "Oh, I'm
True.
so I feel so sorry for him." But oh, can you imagine? And then just laughs and giggles about the whole thing. Like, what a fucking
Nah.
psycho.
Is she on The View or The Talk? There's like two different fucking shitty programs that are somehow popular. I don't remember which one she's on.
I think it was The View.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on
People
that.
are fucking. They've all lost their fucking minds. Joy Behar, fucking Whoopi Goldberg, dude.
Mhm.
I don't understand why anyone listens to those dumb bitches.
Oh god, yeah, The View is fucking horrible.
Personally, like I think, like, all right, talk shows, I mean, they're kind of boring, they're kind of cringe, but The View is just like 4 women and 4 or 5 women and a guest or whatever sitting around talking. They are so insufferable. They're forever talking over each other. They're forever interrupting. They're forever going on tangents. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I think because some of them are celebrities and all that. I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta find that clip of the fucking, it's supposed to be The View from Family Guy. Where it's showing all of them on there and they're just clucking like hens and then like one of them like lays an egg and shit. It's
Absolutely.
fucked up, dude. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. There we go, I found it.
Yeah, it's not hard to find. Just type in Family Guy
Are you
The
sure
View.
it's a clip
Yeah,
from
that's
Family Guy?
literally-
It's not just part of the show?
Well, last time I checked,
Well,
those
it's in
women were
cartoon
not cell
form.
shades.
Yeah, if it wasn't in cartoon form, I could be mistaken, but there we go.
I've
fucked
seen
up.
I've
It's
seen the
so
clip you're talking
accurate.
about. Yeah, I know I've seen
okay.
that clip before.
Right.
I will watch it again though eventually. I'm just
Oh fuck. It's so fucking perfect, dude. So much of fucking hens clucking away.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
that's
and
the
these
show.
women talking like stupid shit, like as if they've faced some sort of oppression. Like any of them, they're all like ridiculously famous, wealthy, and like unimaginably privileged, and have been for most of their lives. You know, and then, but then you get them like trying to fucking lecture people like they're some sort of downtrodden minority. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking so
Well-
out of touch and yet so self-assured.
Well, that's the
They're
problem with a
fucking
lot.
nonsense.
That's the problem with a lot of celebrities. They're disconnected from the rest of the world, and they don't really know what people have to go through.
Yeah, it's why, again, any kind of entertainers, and I throw athletes in that as well as entertainers. Yeah, I don't want to fucking hear your opinions on anything. You haven't lived a normal fucking life. Or at least not long enough or fucking recently enough to fucking have any, sane
inside
opinion on
knowledge.
anything.
Well, and a
Yeah,
lot of them
well,
are. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that's too idealistic and fucking. Again, you just don't know what it's like being a normal fucking person.
Well, I think it also have to take into account that a lot of these people, they tend to come from nothing. Like a lot of them, like when they're starting out, they're kind of poverty stricken. They don't really have a lot to go on, and they don't really know a lot. You could say they're fairly uneducated. A lot of celebrities are, and then they get all this money and all this fame, and that does tend to go to their head because they went from nothing to something, and they're kind of disconnected. While other people who work their way up have to get education and study and learn and work really hard to get that kind of standing. So in a lot of ways, I pity these people because they don't really know what they're talking about. A lot of times, and the same thing with like some athletes and all that, when they bring them on there and people will ask them like tough questions about this or this politician, and honestly, most of them don't even know what they're talking about.
So there's a YouTuber couple that I watch occasionally. They do like reaction videos. They're kind of entertaining. But you can tell that they're both ridiculously out of touch with reality whenever they start talking about like politics or economics. Because the guy got a big YouTube channel when he was still in high school, so he's never worked a real job, not once in his life. And the girl has never worked either because she just married him. Well, it's not married, but like, she just basically like lives off of him as his girlfriend. And both of them, whenever they start talking about like, he's like, oh, the houses are expensive because that's how the market works. You don't have to like it. It's like, you're fucking retarded. Like, you should just shut the fuck up now. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing with a lot of the ones that are popular. Like if they just got in on it early. A lot of them are not like phenomenally talented or anything. They just got in on it.
I mean, have you seen
early,
some of the more recent
you know?
people that have gotten in on YouTube? There's not a lot of talent on YouTube, man. There's a lot of incredibly untalented people on YouTube right now.
Yeah. No, that's why it's nice to see somebody like I don't know, like Hugbees, for example, or people that are actually really good and really fucking entertaining.
Hugbees. Yeah, the guy that does Hugbees is fucking hilarious. Like, that guy's actually really fucking good at like comedy. Like he's
yeah.
He in a different era, he would have been an amazing stand-up comedian.
Yeah. Although he might be like one of those people that just was terrified of being on stage, so it's great that there's something like YouTube for him to
I'm not
have an
complaining.
outlet.
I'm not complaining that he's not a comedian. I'm just saying, like, in a different era, that's probably what he would end up as.
Yeah.
If there wasn't YouTube as an
no, I'm saying he might never have made it there if he had like he seems like somebody that might have really bad stage fright. You know what I mean? So like it's good that there's an outlet like YouTube for somebody like that actually has talent, but is maybe again not the type that would be able to go on stage. Because I don't know about you, but I would be fucking terrified to fucking do stand up in front of a crowd or any of that shit. I'm not built for that.
I could do stand up in front of a crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
most people. I don't want to say most people,
lynched.
but
you're probably used
from
to
the
it.
nearest traffic light.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably used to it because you do that whole like karaoke thing, don't you?
Well, the karaoke thing. So in VR chat, like you're sitting at a computer. You're not like in a room with anybody. I'm not like singing on stage in front of anybody. And then everybody sings together for the most part. Like I've done the competitions where you go up and sing on your own, and that's pretty fucking scary. I don't know if I could do that in real life. Like just like up on stage in front of everybody.
Well, the nice thing is that
I'm not a terrible singer. I'm not the best, but I'm not awful.
Well, the nice thing about all that is, like, if you're on stage, there's a spotlight on you, which partially hides the crowd, so you don't really see them.
Oh, yeah.
So like, a lot of people hate it because the spotlight's really hot and you'll be sweaty. But on the plus side, you'll have a hard time seeing people.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. That works for me.
It works for a lot of people, so that, like, a lot of stage fright can kind of go. It's the reaction that gets you, because you can hear it. You can hear the laughing or the booing, if that be the case.
Yeah, and there's some people that kind of have, like Maria Bamford has said, like she feels more safe and like secure on stage than anywhere else. Because she feels like the social contract keeps anybody from like coming at her, that kind of shit. Which is kind of skewed. Like I would be kind of the opposite. Like I would just be terrified on stage. But for her, it's literally the opposite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that fit into what we were saying, but
I think if you
Maria
gotta
Bamford.
go on
She's
stage
hilarious.
like that, shouldn't you just carry a gun? You feel like very comfortable. I think if you had a gun with you.
Yeah. Especially like Bobby Lee getting knocked out back in the day. You guys ever hear about that? Like, I guess there was there was like a Mexican dude in the crowd. Like, anytime he stopped talking, he was doing like a ching ching chong ching chong, like fucking making fun of him for being Asian or whatever. And then like Bobby Lee responded with like, "Orale, look, I'm digging a ditch," and he was like making the fucking pantomiming like shoveling.
Oh, so it's okay so the guy was one of those pussies that can dish it out but can't take it?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
Bobby Lee didn't
fucking hate those
even realize he was coming up, and the dude had fucking just cold cocked him, sucker punched him, and fucking knocked him out. But yeah, it was literally like, okay, you were just making fun of him for being Asian, now you're pissed that he's making fun of you for being Mexican? Yeah, it was some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, really, buddy, don't you know your place on the scale of minorities?
Right. Oh, fuck. People are awful.
Yep, pretty much.
That's my general theme, People are just terrible.
I do not like people.
Yeah. Some of them are alright, but overall, I mean...
People are people.
More people suck than don't, I think. Or maybe that's just the skewed image I get from Twitter and Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, man. Just, Yeah, YouTube broke everything. It's all YouTube's fault.
Yeah, that was a team effort. All social media overall. Yeah, Instagram, fucking, yeah, all of them. They're all guilty. God damn it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, until fairly recently, I really thought there was, again, that amount of, a much larger percentage of people held their shitty opinions. Again, it took me a while to realize, like, okay, I never meet people that actually say this batshit crazy shit in real life. So it's, pretty obvious. It's just these people that are a very small, but very vocal minority of people that are just incredibly loud about their bullshit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I've met some of those people in real life, the SJW types, like real SJWs.
Right.
Because I
live in California.
Yeah, I live in California, and I work in mental health, so I've had to have like trainings.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting about the shit you've told us. Fucking
so,
sensitivity training.
Those people, they absolutely do say that shit in real life, and they mean it when they're fucking psychotic in real life.
Yeah.
Like make you uncomfortable to hang around them because you're like, oh, I don't think this person's stable.
Yeah, that's understandable. Anybody who genuinely believes it, like, there's plenty of people that'll fucking spout it or whatever. But,
there was this
you know what I mean?
bitch that did a training who kept talking about her, like, every 5 seconds she'd be like, now I'm a man, now I'm a woman, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's some fucking nonsense.
Christ, nobody fucking cares, dude. Even fucking ask.
Yeah. Right.
Like it's not even a case of like whether I agree with you being transgender or not. Like I don't care. It's just like it's not fucking relevant or germane to anything we're talking about right now.
Yeah, stop saying it because nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect what you're doing.
Time and everybody else's time because nobody's here to hear about your fucking gender.
Yeah, that's
tell
just
us what our requirements are for meeting this aspect of licensing.
Yeah. Nobody cares what your gender is, dude, and how fluid it is.
First of all, you're not a man and a woman every 5 seconds. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Almost
And
as bad
I
as
used to fucking play D&D and it's stupid. Okay. I used to do all the fucking pretending shit. You're way like D&D's funner. At least you get like a fun story out of D&D. These fucking books are.
Oh, God. Yeah, they're almost as bad as the fucking fake multiple personality people.
Oh my god. Yeah, we had a client who genuinely had multiple personalities, although I think they call it something else now. I think it's like dissociative.
Yeah, dissociative. Dissociative identity disorder. Yeah. Yeah.
But we
but
had a
holy
client
shit!
like that in one of the programs. And it's not a fucking game. You know, like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Yeah, no, you've seen them, dude. Or I've seen a few of them, dude. And it's like, yeah, they're switching like almost on command. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here I go. Now I'm this.
It's like Sweet Anita. Like, I don't dislike her, but man, her fucking picks are real fucking well timed for being real.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're like forever skeptical.
Well, you're only seeing the highlights too.
True. I've only seen the highlights. I can't stand to watch any streamers.
I understand why people are.
I can't watch any streamers, so like on Twitch.
Yeah, no,
maybe
I
gaming
understand.
Would be all right, but all the other streamers just seem like fucking weird hookers. It's kind of gross.
I understand being skeptical on
well, to be fair,
skeptical on her because her Tourette's sometimes does have great comedic timing, so I understand why people are skeptical on that one, dude.
Well, but there's also another one, Iron Mouse, who claims to be like horribly ill and all this other shit and needs like all this special expensive equipment to live.
Oh, yeah.
And can't go outside and all these other fucking things. And it's like, all right, I think this is just bullshit. Like, I'm sorry.
I have all the diseases. Please help me with money.
Yeah, exactly. Because she sounds like a pretty girl. So and now she's super pitiful, so give her money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'd fucking line up to fucking throw money at him.
well, to be fair, she never asked for money. She just has people just donate it. So
You
I don't know
have
if
to
I.
ask for money if you make yourself look pitiful enough on a stream. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what you're doing, or you know what's gonna happen.
especially when you're a girl, because men are hardwired to fucking.
Defend women.
Yeah, try to
Which is how you get. Which is how you get simped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got you. But you have to remember,
She could also be telling
like
the truth. Just because I don't think it's true doesn't necessarily mean it's not true.
yeah. But you also have to remember, VTubers didn't invent this. The Twitch thoughts did it long before them, and the game was sort of rigged because of the way that it operates.
I don't like the way they take advantage of their audience, and they absolutely take advantage of the audience. Their language is constantly very, very, very emotionally loaded.
Well, yeah, that's just women in general.
Like they like to pretend like they're. One of the other things is they all pretend they're single.
Mm-hmm.
That one kind of pisses me off because there are VTubers who are not single and very open about it and actually somewhat entertaining. But then you have these Japanese fucking whores. They're like, oh no, you're so cute. Oh, I love you. Shit like that. And it's like, all right, this shit needs to not be allowed. I'm sorry, you're taking advantage of fucking instinctual drives here. You're defrauding people of money. There's no actual relationship, and you're taking advantage of people.
Well, there's a different level to this because you have to remember with VTubers, they're not actually showing their face. They're not showing anything. They're pretending. They're acting. They're performing.
Yeah.
Somewhere to because I guarantee you, Iron Mouse is not her name. It's something else.
Oh yeah.
Project Melody, that's not her name. So these aren't really. The difference is from let's say a Twitch thought. Those are women out there with their names and whatever else, and giving the fake girlfriend experience and showing cleavage and stuff. Well, the other ones are just drawings. They're not real. For all we know, those are guys on the other end of the screen.
And I would still be just as annoyed with the guys for taking advantage of other men like that. That's not
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But but the other thing you have to remember is the audience, the people donating and stuff, are often guys who are already desperate to begin with. And even if the VTubers weren't there or the Twitch thoughts, there'd be someone else, a manipulative girlfriend or whatever else.
Oh, okay. So that makes it okay then. Other people would.
No, it doesn't. No, it's a symptom of an already existing problem. If the problem already exists, for instance, if you want to do a stream, if a woman wants to do a stream and people donate because she's an attractive woman, not because of, let's say, she's doing performative theater or whatever.
I don't have a problem with women taking advantage of being attractive.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the leading people on emotionally. That's where the thing is. And there's a lot of the fake girlfriend experience type stuff. That's the part where I'm like, okay, you've crossed the line beyond providing a titty streamer type service.
I'm not saying that the manipulation isn't there from some of them, because that's definitely there, just as it is with the Twitch thoughts. The manipulative people are going to be there regardless. But you also have to remember there is basic female nature. A lot of women, they do just like to dress, slutty and that kind of stuff. I've met a few of them. I know them in real life. I've slept with a few of them in real life. That they are what they are, and so some of that stuff is you're not gonna. There's nothing you can do about that. It's gonna happen one way or the other. The same thing with all of this
manipulation are in women's nature. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. So you have to remember, some of this stuff is existed a long time ago. And it's going to happen regardless. The problem that we're seeing with all this, I understand that it feels sleazy, but at the same time, it's a symptom of what's already existing. Like I said, it doesn't really matter because it's going to happen regardless. I'm not
Well, then nothing ever changes and nothing ever gets fixed. Because if your response to everything is, it's always existed and it's a symptom, so we're just not going to do anything. Well,
Well,
then we
the
never
way you
ever
fix
solve
it-
any problems. Like,
Well,
you have to look at things and go like, all right, that's a problem. How do we solve it?
Right.
Or you end up just like,
Yeah.
well, I guess
Well, and
that's just how it
sometimes-
works. I'll just walk away and ignore it. You know.
No, well, no.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
I'm trying
like
to think of any way that you can.
every
how are you going to
generation-
stop simps from again, assuming that they're potential relationship somewhere where there never was potential.
Right.
Like, how do
Well-
you stop them, dude? You know
Well,
what I mean?
How do you
well,
stop
I would
Well,
love.
first-
I think it's fucked up. Because again, there's plenty of guys up there that are throwing
I
all
don't
kinds of
think
money at
people
these
should be
bitches.
able to donate to channels like they're doing right now. I think the way that they're doing it is wrong. I think subscription-based services are fine, but you're essentially turning it into like a strip show.
well,
Not
yeah.
necessarily like with an
Yeah,
actual
but the
stripper,
highest,
but like I don't think
higher
you
the
should be
bid.
allowed to just collect random donations from your audience like that. I think there's something about that should be criminal. I don't have a problem
again,
with you
it's-
saying like,
well-
hey, everybody, you can subscribe to me for $15 a month, and for $15 a month you get these benefits.
Well,
Fine.
sure. Like if you were to do away with the donation system, yeah, they would
It's
do
also
that.
I would like to see some things with like Patreon and
Well, okay.
that kind of
So-
thing also resolved with taxes. I think in that case.
So I think the problem with what we're seeing with the Sims is a similar problem to, let's say, the drug use. When you have to ask yourself, why are people using drugs? It's the same thing as why are guys simping? It's because there's something else going on that they're trying to avoid. One of which being is relationships. You want to end the whole simp stuff? Get guys to start dating. Notice how that's a bit of a problem now, isn't it?
Wait. How do you do that when none of the women
Exactly.
will date them?
There you go.
And the
Well, it's
women
not-
won't
it's not
date them
that-
because they can just go on there and make all that money and then sleep with whoever they want for
Exactly. You see what the
So,
problem
so
is?
if you don't ever resolve any of that, then there's no way that can
know.
ever be resolved. Like if you never
What I'm
attack
getting
any
at,
aspect of it.
what I'm getting at is instead of attacking the symptoms, you should be attacking the cause. And you're going after the symptoms by saying it's the
how do you
VTubers and the Twitch
make
shots.
men want to date women? How do you do that then? Like, because there's got to be some sort of resolution instead of
Exactly.
just like, oh well.
Well,
you know.
that's what I mean. Like we could be talking about that instead of addressing
So
the
how do you do it
VTubers.
though? Like I'm curious.
I don't-
You
I
put
don't
this-
know. It's what I'm saying is like that's the problem, not the VTubers. And the VTubers are responding to what's happening because they also know what's going on with the guys as well. They also know that because I guarantee you a lot of women are having trouble getting dates as well. That's a lot of them are getting the male attention by VTubing. Why do you think so many women want to become VTubers? It's not just because of the money, but it's also because of the attention.
Hold on a second. I do know. Do you know who Girl DM is?
Yes.
I do know. I've heard her on multiple occasions in multiple different ways. Very clearly state, I know all of these girls who are VTubers. Every one of them has a boyfriend or a husband or a girlfriend. None of them are single.
Yep.
So,
Sure.
so they're
Well,
definitely
the one
not
she
responding
knows.
to this because they can't find dates. They're absolutely like in relationships already.
Oh, sure. Not all of them, but some of them. Sure.
The
The
vast
ones she knows.
majority of them. All the Japanese ones, all the V shoujo
Well,
ones are.
That's hard. Okay, well, I don't know about the V shoujo ones, but some of them are like they're hard to tell. And also, in the case of the Japanese ones, they're very strict. Like if you're part
Oh yeah,
of the
they're
group,
not allowed
like
to
Hollow-
talk about having a relationship, right?
But-
Like they can't be seen to be
Well,
dating. They're not even allowed to show like their
And if
fucking
they-
hands
and-
or something because they got to wear
and-
gloves or some shit.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to show any. You're supposed to keep the mystery going, but also they want to keep the idea of purity going as well. Because you have to remember they had the whole idol stuff going on, and when the company found out that one of the girls had a boyfriend and she was trying to keep on the down low, she was going to get fired immediately because you can't do that because Japan's obsessed with the whole purity kind of thing. And even though that they have their VTubers and they're not showing. Like they don't show their faces or anything, they still want to keep that going. So if you want to work for a big corporation like Hololive or Niji Sanji or all that, you got to keep that going.
That's one of the
You can't
things
take-
I'd like to see stopped. I don't think that they should be allowed to base your employment off of your relationship status and stuff like that. That's not relevant.
Mhm. Well, I'd
I'd
Yeah,
be
that's pretty
shocked.
fucked up.
I would genuinely be shocked if any of these girls lost that many Sims, if any. at all if they were honest about their relationship status and talked about relationships in real, actual, honest ways.
Well, part of the reason why they worry about that is because they know, because Japanese simps are fucking insane. They will find out who you are, they will dox you, they will figure this out. They are obsessive. Part of the reason is because some of them have nothing better to do with their time. And
you got the neats.
Yeah, they're
It's
very
just like a whole fucking nation of 4chaners.
Exactly.
Well, there's a big cultural movement of people that don't
will
work,
grant me
and
cunning.
that's like their whole thing.
Yeah,
I will cut
they're
your
very
heart out.
obsessive. And if they find out, I mean, and all word gets out there, and then they'll find you, stalk you, and that kind of thing. And then if they find out you're dating, I mean, that could be the end, and then they'll end up firing you. So essentially, it's career suicide. Now, Bishoujo is different because it's like a more European American kind of thing, and so they don't have those kind of stipulations. So I totally believe that they all have boyfriends, but there are only like what 6 of them, 5 of them. While Hololive has like 20 and 30. And then Nishaji is about 50 to 100. And then you have other companies starting up with
DM
about...
was talking about hanging out with all these people in Hololive and Shoujo and what's the Ninja Sanji or whatever it is, and said all of those girls have boyfriends.
Yeah, and then maybe they do.
So, yeah,
and maybe they...
I'd be shocked if any of them were single,
but,
honestly.
Yeah, well, and maybe that's true in some cases, but they're probably keeping it on the down low for just in case. Also, they probably keep it... Like, she probably did say all that, but she didn't say which ones. She probably left out the Hololive people or whatever else, because that could ruin their careers.
She didn't specify which Hololive members. She just said all of them. Like,
I will cut your heart.
Yeah,
she very clearly encompassed all of the people from all
I know,
of
but she's using broad stuff. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure that they keep it very strict for a reason. And there are VTubers out there like who don't date and whatnot, mostly for other reasons. I've even talked to a few.
I'm sure there's VTubers who aren't assholes. Yeah, no doubt.
Sure, but there are some that are assholes, and I'm not saying you're wrong on these things, but I am saying that there's multiple reasons for why these things happen. But in circling back to the whole simp thing, I think it goes back to the problem with men. Masculinity and whether we go on, because I think it's like the whole simp culture or whatever you want to say is it's just another symptom of what's going on with society in general with guys.
No, then maybe it's teaching men how to be men, and it needs to start in the schools, like in grade school and kindergarten and shit like that.
Yeah, because men were already like downtrodden before, let's say, the whole virus stuff started coming out there, and now we have that level onto there as well. We need to get guys to start socializing, hanging out with other guys, and actually start dating. Because, like, okay, the VTubers and all, whatever, but women in general, they don't really have relationships. A lot of them are just sleeping around. Yeah, they'll do hookups and they'll fuck whoever. Yeah. None of them have relationships, and they're gonna regret it once they hit their 30s and 40s.
There's a ton of them out there that are in their 30s and 40s that already do. Have you seen any of those channels that are like devoted to that shit?
Yeah, and they're miserable.
Oh,
they're miserable.
They
don't
are not
like
happy in a lot of those cases. My God, like some of the shit they say is like, wow, you are genuinely a very like miserable person right now.
Yeah, and that's from the woman's perspective, and from the men's perspective, it's completely different. It's also the isolations and all that, and so that a lot of social activities do tend to come up from online. So, like, I'm not all that concerned about this. It's like how we get guys out there, how we get them socially, how we get them to start relationships and all that, because that's the important part. I don't really care so much about Twitch thoughts and the simps that go on to there. Like, that's a symptom of the larger issue. That's all I'm saying.
You have to address it. I don't think you can. You can like it's one of those things where there's maybe that's not the only thing you address.
Well, there is another.
But you do need to. I think that kind of like that style of streaming really shouldn't be allowed. Honestly.
Well, even if let's say you did, even if let's say there was a backlash to it, they just start their own website, do it again.
The problem is it's basically porn. Like that's my problem. It's porn masquerading as something else.
Yeah, and porn itself is also a big problem because you also have to remember
if it's open and honest, like this is porn, like that's fine. Like I don't have a problem.
Well, sure. Well, the reason why I do is because part of the reason why guys would go out and date in the first place is because they're sexually frustrated and you get it out, so you're just going to go out there and bang a chick. And then there you go, you start a relationship. Or it could lead to that. But now you have porn, you can deal with your issues. give me like 5 minutes on my cell phone and a couple tissues, and then I don't got a problem anymore. It's like sometimes you have an itch that needs scratching, and a woman's the only way you can get it done. But now you don't have that anymore.
Masturbation's been around for a long time. Like, I'm pretty sure people have been
Sure,
doing that
but-
one forever.
Sure, but back in the day, like 90s and 80s, in order to deal with that, you need porno mags, and before that, you didn't have porno mags. So people.
No, you definitely wrong there.
I think
Well, it
most
doesn't
people
matter.
In the
have
90s and
made-
80s, you used whatever the fuck you found. It could be like the Safeway lingerie ads in the fucking newspaper.
Sure.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
fucking
whatever,
masturbate
yeah.
to like a woman on a fucking advertisement in Sports Illustrated.
Yep.
Sure. Sometimes it can get done,
Yeah.
but it's not the
Or
same.
mostly just imagination, really.
What I'm getting at is like porn and stuff it's a lot more in your face, easy to access, and it's
Porn
got
is a
it,
lot more extreme than it used to be. That I'll
Yeah.
grant you. I'll happily
Yeah.
grant you that porn is
But-
way more extreme than it used to be.
and,
Like,
and we've
holy
never
shit.
dealt. And also that's a problem that's never been dealt with before. We've never had this access to this kind of stuff before. Same thing with like the girlfriend experience. It's like I could watch a VTuber get that kind of quote unquote girlfriend experience and not have to pay a thing. You mean I can get that experience of socialization and not have to give you any money, like buy dinner, get you flowers? Oh, fucking right on. And so essentially, it's making women obsolete in a lot of ways. So I mean, and women aren't happy about this either. I'm sure there are women out there who, they enjoy the hookup stuff, but I'm sure they enjoy starting a family too. A lot of these things need to be addressed, and we're not doing that. So when I hear about the whole that's why I get a little on this. Because like we talk about VTubers, it's like talking about porn. It's like that's not the problem that we're facing here. I mean, there's nothing we can do. Like you can't really outlaw this stuff. If someone wants to make their money doing so, go for it. Artists have been using like nudity in paintings for years, or drawings and whatnot. If someone wants to make money they're going to find a way to do it.
Okay,
So,
I'm sorry. There's a drastically big difference between making a piece of art and fraudulently convincing somebody you have an emotional connection so that they keep donating $100 bills to you.
Well, sort of. I mean, I could do a series of drawings and then open up a Patreon.
Yes.
And they can still do it.
But you don't need to tell people you're in love with them to sell your fucking drawings. That's what I'm saying. Like that's there's a problem when you're including the emotional manipulation aspect of the art. Like it's one thing to say, all right, this is an expression, but it's another thing to say like these people are emotionally manipulating in a different way. Like, oh man,
well,
I'm so high right now. It's hard to describe it, but
no, it's okay. I hear what you're saying, like the emotional manipulation aspect. Unfortunately, that's just woman's nature. There's not a single female streamer that wouldn't do it.
Okay, but there's a lot of men that do the same thing, and it's not something that's I think counts as free speech.
I don't know about that. That's hard to say. I mean, people are. You can't.
Consider that you're not American, but our founding fathers used to sue people all the time for shit like that. So, like that was they were constantly filing lawsuits about like fraud and stuff like that.
But you also have to remember that was easier to do when there was only a handful of, let's say, newspapers and publications. Now that's massive newspapers and publications. We just call them tweets. And so it's hard to do. You can try.
But what I'm saying is like there's a difference between what should and shouldn't be considered free speech. Like say whatever you want, but there should be consequences for when you're lying.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But like I say, there's a lot of people doing it, like Twitch streamers and whatnot. There's some things you can address and some things you can't. And I think just emotionally manipulating is not something that really can be done all that well because women are women and they're all going to do it. And some guys do it. You're correct, but it comes naturally to a woman. So there's nothing really you can do about that. And I'm not saying at all don't address the issues. You can point it out like you're doing, and you should be doing. But what I'm getting at is it's not really going to address any issues. It's just, I don't like this aspect of of the internet. Well, it's just a part of human nature. I'd say like we need to come up with solutions. I don't know what the solutions are to tackling the male issues and female issues and whatnot. These are things that we've never dealt with before. So like, and you're right that they're hard to do because, like I just said, we've never done this before. By the way, are you playing a game right now?
Yeah, I'm capturing interns.
You're capturing interns. See,
unpaid
well,
interns.
well, the stream's been going.
But some of them are naked, or I would show them.
Oh, see, there you go. You're playing Conan, eh?
Yeah.
Gotta at least pay him in loincloths, dude.
Really, really easy what I'm doing right now. Like, there's not a lot of stuff going on, but I didn't sign up for a PG-13 fucking server. I signed up for a server that had full nudity because I just don't normally care.
Exactly.
But when I'm streaming, I don't want to show titties on my stream, so
you're not wrong.
Shut me down, even though I have no viewers.
I was wondering what was happening because, like, I'd come in, I'll listen to it, and then when I'm ready to copy it, I will. But I'm like, what the fuck's he playing? Does he know he's playing a game?
Yeah, that's to be fair, does he know he's playing a game? That is a good question.
It depends on how stoned you are.
Well, I need guards. I need to have guards. I need priests, and I need crafting thralls. For like each of the types of crafting benches, there's like thralls that can make it work better or produce better items in them. So like you got to collect those, and then you got to collect like guards because there's a purge that happens every so often where your base just gets like mobbed by a bunch of fucking enemies. So you got to have all these fighting thralls because you as a character in this game are very weak. You really can't take much damage in this game at all. Like, you can only take like 4 or 5 hits before you start to die, even in like top gear. So you gotta capture and train unpaid interns to do your fighting for you, essentially.
Unpaid intern, is that another word for slave?
Yeah. You put them on a wheel of pain, and they basically stay on that wheel of pain for like, it depends on like what type of how valuable the thrall is. There's 4 tiers, so I think
you imagine if that's
8 hours or something on a tier 4 thrall. You have to like set it on the wheel of pain to process.
Can you imagine if you put them on the wheel of pain and then that's how you conduct interviews? Can you just imagine seeing like the
Oh, that would actually be really fucking funny.
It'd be like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Guarding the gate. That's right, guarding the gate. Guarding the gate.
Well, the funny thing is, you can basically set them on the wheel of pain, and then the fuel that makes the wheel of pain work is food. So you can like load up the wheel of pain with a bunch of gruel, and then just set them to go for like 8 hours to train.
So this is your orientation, is that it?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to your new career as a guard.
I got a 8 tier 4 thralls, which is pretty good. While we were just chilling out.
I would imagine
the maximum you can put on a greater wheel of pain. So
I don't know. That might be a scene I might want to write. That actually sounds funny. It's like
here. Actually, there's no nudity, so I will share this, and you can see what I'm talking about.
What would you say is your greatest weakness? my newly broken ankle.
My newly broken ankle. Yeah, I do have to knock them unconscious. That is true. I have to knock them out and then put them on the wheel of pain. So this is where they are. The wheel of pain. That's all that they do. They just go around in a circle and push the wheel of pain. And I don't know if you can hear it, but they do little like cries and moans like, oh, like.
Well, I have the stream muted, so I can't hear nothing. But I see. I see. So that's what it is. So what do? You whip them?
No, you just sit there and hang out, and then see like this lady standing over here, in like the bikini. She's clearly not naked. She's my my overseer.
I have to wait till the stream catches up.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't see
it's like
nothing.
20 to 30 seconds behind, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
a
it's
couple weeks ago, he was walking me through like what he was doing, and I'm like, all right, that's not what's happening yet. And it'll be like 20 or 30 seconds later. I'm like, okay, now I see it.
okay. All right. Oh, okay. Bikini bitch. All right.
Yeah. And then I open the Wheel of Pain. You can see there's food in here that's making it work. And a thrall up on the top in that little box that says Belly the Breaker. And that's my my tier 4 overseer that makes them train faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so you have to leave him on this wheel for 8 hours?
Yeah, usually it's about 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours, depending on the thrall. Like there's tier 4 thralls, but even in like all the maximum tier thralls. Oh, my antivirus, nice.
So you have to come here, you have to kidnap people, put them on the wheel until it breaks them spiritually,
Yep.
and then they'll do whatever you tell them
And
to
then
do.
they're basically my my unpaid interns, not slaves.
Not slaves. Unpaid.
Yeah, that would be wrong.
Yeah, that would be
just
wrong.
unpaid interns. They're
See,
gaining
like,
valuable
here's
life
one of
experience.
my interns, Rachel Strongarm. I don't know if you can. Yeah, I gotta wait for a few seconds there.
Yeah, you'll see it in 35 seconds.
Yeah, and they're my fighters in my dragon armor. It's actually a really fun game. There's a lot of really cool lore and a lot of really fun dungeons to go run through. It'd be more fun if I had more people in my clan to help out with what I was doing, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, the whole point of the game is you basically get a really good fighting thrall, and then use that fighting thrall to do all your fighting for you. And then you just gotta be creative about how you collect thralls to keep going on for after that.
So your thralls tied to the thing? Are they so they're in prison? They can't leave, or?
Yeah, they can't leave once they're on the Wheel of Pain. And individually, I can have a limit of 65 followers that you place. So like fighting thralls and pets like horses and stuff that you ride. And, you know, like you can ride rhinoceroses and. You can have like pet elephants and lions and bears and shit, wolves.
And then by the time they're done, they're exhausted and whatnot. But also they worked off any excess energy, so they can't fight.
Yep.
And they'll do what you say. And they probably also build up some muscle mass, so that way they can.
Like the priests and the crafting thralls don't do anything. They're just items that you place in crafting benches. Like it'll show you a person in front of that crafting bench when you've placed them in it, but they're not actually there. Like they can't be interacted with or touched or hurt. If somebody breaks the crafting bench and you don't pick up that thrall, then they eventually disappear. But that's just because items don't stay forever. Like they, you know, once they're dropped on the ground, they're not like placed or intentionally put somewhere. They eventually, like, the game just clears them out, because, you know, otherwise the game would just never fucking work. I mean, because you can imagine if everything you threw stayed wherever you threw it, like, that would be a lot of fucking processing power for the game to have, like, use up on your computer, I would imagine. Very, very
Yeah. Quickly. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be doing that.
Especially when, like, you know, like, food turns into, like, rotten food and you gotta throw it away.
Yeah, you don't want to keep that now, do you?
Or there's shit that's like totally worthless, like the stone head arrows, where it's just like a rock and a fucking stick that you've tied together to shoot from your bow. Like those are great in the first part of the game when you're like, you know, before level 30 or so. You know, when you're in the early levels, but you know, at a certain point they just become completely worthless, and you would never bother to keep them or use them, and you can't turn them into anything else, so they're just, you know, you gotta throw them away.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm sorry, I'm just thinking interview questions while they're...
It would be entertaining. They'd probably get real mad. I'm interested to see, one of my dancers is dressed like a priest, so I'm wondering if like he comes out when he's finally done, like turns into a priest that dances around.
Dancing priest.
Yeah, so there's corruption in the game. There's like these obelisks in certain dungeons and certain areas on the map that will give you corruption, and corruption limits how high your health and your stamina can go. So like you can lose up to like 3/4 of your health and stamina to corruption and not be able to get it back until you've gotten rid of the corruption. And the way you get rid of corruption is you watch dancers, like a dancing thrall, like a guy or a chick that dances and you just like hang out and watch them for a minute and it gets rid of your corruption. So you gotta have like a couple of dancers around your base, and I don't know, it's pretty fun. It's not too complicated. Like it's like I don't know if you've ever played Ark or not, but like Ark is fucking ridiculous now.
No, I've seen other people play it, and like this is fucking insane. I'm not watching this.
Like let me tell you, I played Ark when it first came out. Like I pre-purchased, and it was a great game when it first came out. But sadly, I can't imagine playing it now. Like it's just constant fucking annoyance. Because there's like. They started off with like, a normal amount of dinosaurs, and then they just kept adding dinosaurs and adding dinosaurs and adding dinosaurs until there was like, I don't know, like a few hundred.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, what do you even fucking do at this point? Like, I don't understand how you even play the game. There's just so much going on. It's like, where do you even start?
Oh. Yeah, Capcom has like a new game coming out with dinosaurs, but it's not what I expected. I was hoping it'd be like a remake of Dino Crisis, and it's like it turns out it's like a champion team-based game where you go around all these different cities, because every now and then a portal will open up and dinosaurs come through, and I'm not joking, and then you have to play these like cybernetically enhanced people that has to beat up the dinosaurs and stop them before they rampage the city and kill people. And you have a certain amount of time before the portal closes and then the dinosaurs disappear again. It's a weird one. So,
weird.
Cyborgs versus dinosaurs, apparently. Which doesn't sound like sounds like an interesting concept, but I'm like, it's
doesn't look like it's going to be well executed, is what you're saying?
Well, it's a champion-based game, so I'm like, okay, so it's kind of like what, Overwatch, except instead of fighting other players, you're fighting different waves of dinosaurs? Or maybe you will be fighting other players. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I'll be interested to see what happens. There was a game I saw that looked like it was going to be really cool, but I think they just basically are not going to be able to finish it, or if they sell it at all, it's going to be like completely broken, and then they'll claim they're going to finish it, but it'll never happen.
Mm.
And it was a survival open world game, kind of like Ark and Conan, but it was all based on like being super small. So you'd be like a little, like sort of like a gnome guy that's like, it looked like your scale would be 2 or 3 inches high, because like a big spider would, like a tarantula would be bigger than you. Because one of the things is the big monsters that you fight through the game were supposed to all be spiders, like big spiders. So,
right.
But it looked interesting because like you collect like fucking buttons and fucking shit like that, and build your house out of shit like that, like you're one of the littles from like those old books.
You mean the from the Borrowers?
Yeah, one of the Borrowers. That's what I was thinking. Sorry, I'm Littlers. Yeah.
Littlers.
And it was going to be called Small Land, but I first heard about it a couple of years ago, and it's still not out. So I have a feeling it's just never going to come out, because it was almost done then. But at this point, I don't think I would buy it, because I just don't trust that, that far off of when they said it was going to be done. It's still not done. I don't think it's going to be a functional game ever, sadly. There's also one of those games for Dune, where it's all in like a Dune-style world with like sandworms and shit.
Ah, sandworms.
Yep, and you build like
That's where the
steampunk
Spiceman
boats.
launch comes from, dude.
Yep. Oh shit!
Sorry, I
It
know
is, it
very
is
little
fucking
about them.
7:30. We should call it a day.
Oh,
We're
shit.
we're
I think we more than made up
way
for
beyond
starting
our
late.
normal day. Yeah. I mean, we started late, but we
Yeah, I
went way
think we did.
further than we needed to.
Yeah, yeah, we're about at least about 40 minutes past making up.
I
for
mean,
being
it's
late.
been fun, but yeah, I think it's time to call it a
Yeah.
night, guys.
It is time to go.
Have a